Static. I got intrigued by the drug dealers. See, I was into status. They was cocky, they was arrogant, and they bitches was the baddest. OG told me get that bag and hoes gon' suck your dick with passion. Got smoke to sleep my headache. I ain't down for popping aspirin. Fake Tuba in my sleep. Nightmares being a has-been. Deposit get my hat.
What's the word?
I don't hustle, but show interest in adding interest on the back end. I'm from St. Louis. Our landmark is a back bend. Before you pick a show up here, pick a hood and tap in. The cities that I go, my aura cool, I know what's happening. Proud of y'all. Now,
Josh was good.
I'm used to hacking. Rips don't blow the whistle. Women now submerge their heart in pride, and it's so an issue. Bitch will rather cry before she called you, even though she miss you. All right from the heart.
Facts.
I write this shit, my soul has been you. Laid in bed with snakes. You won't relate until a cobra kiss you. Man inside, I bring men on.
Andre was good.
Anytime I get shit all for free, just to gain the ties. My state of mind, pressure boy, I stay applying. House niggas stay in line. That ain't me, I stay defiant. Oh, nobody blind. On my back, I got a Tatum sign. Riding solo, papers flying. Hand I wear, I pay for my still like my payments in the paper kind. Pay to rent the pussy. I ain't making time to make.
Go ahead, Bird.
Rich is fiction, just like taking water, making wine. I live and said I died trying. I don't never make it fine. Lost me. Every car I got the car tinted. Just to keep my dark image all finished. Yeah, my road was hard. To cement, I left it all printed. 9 iron, hole in one, we golf with it. Niggas isn't playing, you get off. Better get off of it. Those who really kill, they get a thrill, they get off from it. Winter, spring, and fall feel like all summer.
Come on, Bird. What up, though?
You gotta kill, go ahead and kill. But it's sweeter when you kill and get away. Don't do it here. Nigga, please don't confuse me.
Come on, Bird. Kid Dangerous was good.
But still ain't scared. And I'm well prepared. Like my bitches grown. But when they grown, I want to smell of nerve. Legs shave in the winter. You can tell she cares. My kids know that daddy was a king. Get my story right. And make sure you tell my heirs. Yeah. Fire.
Let's go, Bird. No, Andre, I didn't see ARP's blog, but that's actually dope, man. That's actually dope. Yeah, Verb get crazy. Yeah, Danny shit on the way. Listen, Walk Down is this Saturday. Shout out to me, DT, L. the Mayor, Canova Capone. The Walk Down, Venice Beach this Saturday. Also, shout out to my man Michael Punchline. Yeah, we getting this shaky, man. Is we potting in the building. So yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat, everybody that's going to join on this joint. We back, man. Another parallel convos. Champion of the year. This is the midway point of the year. We're a little bit past the midway point, but as of right now, who are y'all leading champion of the year contenders? Put it in the chat. Who are your top 5 contenders? I got my own opinions. I can tell you mine. Well, let's start here. I can say this. Oh, he said real deal. BA was good. You know, I fuck with BA. You know what I'm saying? People saying Big K. Listen. Hold on. Let me just say this. Big K has a real shot at winning this thing. So does Easy the Block Captain. So does Chef Trez. So does New Jersey Torque. So does Danny Myers. And A-Ward, Miss Hustle. They going crazy. So let me talk. Miss Traumatos was good. Big K, Chef Trez, Traumatos. What's up, brother? What's up? I gotta get on the line with you, man. Danny Meyer, JC, Nitty, Easy, and Chef Trez. You, Easy, you. Okay, Big K. So look, Big K has battled, okay, say beat A-Ward, beat Mook. Now if you go ahead and beat Rex, and then this other battle, he wins these 4. It's kind of hard to take that away from him. Now watch this, because this is where things get tricky. Now you got Easy the Block Captain. He battled Hitman. He beat Hitman. Battled Reed Dollars. I haven't watched it yet, so I don't know if he beat him or not. But the coach is saying he beat Reed. Okay. So you got Hitman, Reed. Now if he comes out to the West Coast and beats Disaster on the West Coast, that should count, because Disaster is a Mount Rushmore worthy MC. I got Disaster on my personal Mount Rushmore. Now and then imagine Easy beating Hitman, Reed, Disaster, and then getting Geechee Gotti battle and beating Geechee or making it debatable. Don't he have a legit argument to say, hey, I'm champion of the year? Now, like I said, this is where things get tricky. When you have people like Chef Trez and you have myself, Danny Myers, right? We going crazy every weekend with 3 new rounds. We're rebuttaling every round. We shaking buildings. Me and Chef Trez and A Ward, our work ethic is pretty much unmatched. Oh, that was just talking about your son. Shout out to Peggy. A Ward's mother's in the building. Oh, I was just talking about your son, literally, right as I seen you coming. So, yeah, y'all show Miss Ward some love. The work ethic versus the names. Let's do this again. Let's really talk, because I don't want me and Trez to get lost in the shuffle when you have and A Ward. I don't want us to be placed number 9 and number 12 and number 8. Only in battle rap does 25 and 4 the numbers are mixed up, right? So if you say somebody had 4 battles on a year versus somebody who had 25, 30 battles in a year, 12 months span, 30 battles, how do they weigh this? Come on. Let's talk. How do you? I'm gonna get on the cycle. I was supposed to be on that last one, but I will be on there. Don't trip. I'll be on the very next one. And I got music dropping. Me and Chubby Jag, me and my brother Tyrant. Don't trip. It's a lot of. I've been working. I stay working. Shout out to my man Chris Unbiased, man. Dope interview. He stopped by the studio yesterday. He'll be dropping that on his channel. Dope interview with myself, with Vicky. So y'all stay on the lookout for that. But yeah. In battle rap, 4 is a greater number than 25 and 30. So this is how they do it. So when you spread out the battles and you say names like look at Easy's conversation. Hitman Holla, Reed Dollars, Disaster, Geechee Gotti. And if he wins, he won 2 of them, right? Now, if he wins these next 2, how do you say he's not the champion? He don't gotta work every weekend. He don't gotta do 20 and 30 battles to win it, right? But then you're discrediting somebody like Danny Myers. You're discrediting somebody like Chef Trez and A Ward. I could do 4 battles in a year and win all 4. Do I get champion of the year for that? I don't want champion of the year because I did 4 battles. Give it to me when I did 25 and 30 quality battles. Washing everything, 3-0 and everything, rebuttaling, shaking buildings, hitting all the leagues from January to December. The year, Chef Trez, A Ward, the year, constant work throughout the year. So when you say champion of the year, you are going to, y'all talk, man. Like you're gonna say somebody who did 4 battles in 12 months gets the belt over somebody who did 25 or 30 battles in 12 months. So of course, now we're going to talk about quality versus quantity. It's not necessarily about the amount of battles, it's the quality as well. So what happens when you're giving quality and the quantity? And by the way, it's kind of not fair when you start weighing those names and when you start judging by the names. You know what I'm saying? They only care about the names. That's what I'm talking about. We're gonna get y'all in here. When you say names like Hitman, Reed Dollars, Disaster, and Geechee, all GOAT names, right? These are all Hall of Fame, Mount Rushmore names, right? And you get all four of them in a year, and you could beat all four of them. How do you say that Easy's not the champion of the year? How do you say Big K isn't champion of the year if he goes on, he beats A Ward, who don't really lose? A Ward don't lose battles. That A Ward is, I've been saying this for years, A Ward is one of the best battle rappers alive on the planet. Top 5 for sure, right? So for Big K to get the unanimous vote from the culture over A Ward, and then another vote, or it's kind of like this with Murder Mook. And then if he goes ahead and beats Rex, and then the other battle that he got coming up, how do you not give it to him? So now when you crown Big K champion of the year or Easy the Block Captain champion of the year, what happens to New Jersey Twerk here when he's been having an incredible run? What happens to Chef Trez's year, who's been having and probably his best year of his career? Absolutely. Him and Show Off in that blue room, and he rebutted. Chef Trez rebutted a human bodyguard with another bodyguard. Like, we could. Come on! Stop playing, man. Chef Trez is working. Danny Myers is out here working. So we got to look at 20 plus battles, and it's only like the 7th month, right? 20 something battles a piece versus somebody who had 3. And yet we're not gonna get the credit for it. What's like, how do we judge this? Yeah, not only did Ward lose, but what happened was his very next battle, and it's not like he choked or he just did horrible, because he was fired versus Big K. Be Easy, what's good, man? Good seeing you back on here. Hit the like button. My man GX in the building. Shout out to GX. The man bounced back after a loss. I took that very horrible loss to Real Sick. I trust me, I was depressed for like 3 weeks, snapped right out of it. Went to work in Seattle with Jada Nightwing in Seattle, put on a show. We had a crazy battle. That was the very next month later. I didn't just lay down and just give up. Like, oh, there goes my champion of the year run. Oh, I'm done. I'm so depressed. No, I just got right back to work. All right. A Ward loses to Big K. He says, all right, I got to remind people. Gets on the stage with Vixen and goes bonkers. Because it's a thing of, let me remind the fans, and I owe it to myself. I owe it to myself as an MC to be great. I took one right there. All right, everybody gonna get their bumps and bruises in this culture, especially when you're going against some of the best people in the world. Like, you know, Jordan, the loss is like, when you're battling the best battlers in the world, it's okay. Nobody wants to lose. Everybody wants to win every battle. Everybody wants to be undefeated and all this extra stuff. But to be honest, we're battling the toughest people in the world in perhaps one of the toughest professions, where you have to come up with all new material, make it rhyme, insult your opponent, be creative, and it has to rhyme, and it has to make sense, and you have to say it all in one take perfectly. This is tough. This is not no regular thing, right? So when you're already battling yourself, you're already battling your own mental, you got your regular life. People have wives, kids, jobs, depression, stress, anxiety. People be going through all kind of other stuff. On top of that, you have to remember your raps. You're fighting yourself. Now you're in front of somebody who's insulting you. There's a crowd. There's 1,000 people. There's 500 people. How many people in the room? I don't care if it's 10 people in the room. There's cameras on. There's pay-per-view. It's live. There's people that's ready to tweet and talk shit about you. There's bloggers that's ready to tear you down if you lose this battle. You got all this stress on you, all this pressure. and you got to say all this shit perfectly in one take. I say all that to say this is very tough to do. So when you take a loss here and there, it's expected. It's expected for you to lose here and there. Now, if you're on a 6, 7, 10 game losing streak, something wrong. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're battling like the top 10 people in the world, it's probably never okay to lose 10 battles in a row. But what I'm saying is, A Ward took one loss, got right back to a path of destruction. Y'all better, I don't know if y'all paying attention, but pay attention to what he's been doing. Pay attention to what Chef Trez has been doing. Chef Trez arguably hasn't lost a battle this whole year, and that includes versus Twerk. Show off. These are high level, and this is a Twerk. He battled a Twerk that's been back on his game. Myself, I don't want to discredit myself. I don't want to just boast about myself and just try to put me in the forefront. But Danny Myers has really been going crazy. Better check out me and Jay Moore, me and Charlie Clips, me and J2. Who else? Hold on, I got a list. Want to hear it? Here it go. Shout out my man LL Cool G in the Spaces, Jack Boy Maine, my man Killer B. Shout out to Killer B. D out of Hingman, Prep and News same night. Battled News on the street corner in Philly. Then went to Gates of the Garden and battled Prep. Shout out to my man Death the Kid, my battle. That was the very next week. 3 rounds with Mr. Biscuit. Shout out to my man Vision Gang. Dev the Demon at Disaster's parking lot event. My man Gamble in Cleveland. Theory Truth in Rhode Island. Shout out to Ass Cash. Me and Alias was fired. Check out me and Robster. I lost that one for sure. Me and Miss Hustle. We got the win versus Jerry West and Luke Castro. Shout out to my man Top Floor Luke, the yard out. Danny, shout out to South Flare Soul. Danny Myers has been going crazy this year. Nobody talking about it. And why? It seems like the work and the consistency is constantly overshadowed by the blockbuster things. But then on the flip side, it's kind of hard to take away what Easy and Big K are doing. So it's like, this is like, who do you give the belt to? We still got another 5 months of battle rap, so it's not over. Things could shift. Things could change, things could happen. But at this point in the year, who is your number one battle rapper? Hey, Be Easy, I appreciate you, man. That need to battle everybody, even me twice. That's fact. I battled my man Mom Easy twice. Shout out to you, man. But yeah, y'all just tell me it's tricky. And yeah, I just wanted to see what we doing. You can't, because when you look at, like I said, Hitman, Reed, Disaster, Kichi, Gotti, these, okay, even if you only do 4 battles, and you can say I did one per season. I did one of all 4 seasons I rapped, so that's covering the year. And those are, but then it's not fair to people like a Chef Trez or Danny Myers or even a Twerk who don't have a Hitman Holla battle. Not everybody gonna get these names. And first of all, not everybody gonna get a Mook battle the same year somebody else got it. Not everybody's gonna get a Lux battle or a Hitman Holla battle. These are like, or a Disaster battle, or even a Bird battle. These are like, so now it's like, because of scheduling and just because that person got this battle before you did, that just outweighs everything that you did, right? So when you say I got a battle with Hitman Holla, so that's really that's my trump card, because that's the card that Easy can play. Now, I'm not discrediting him. That was his fate. That was his path. Like that's not his fault. He got that battle. He did the battle. So when Chef Trez says, "Well, I did this, I did this, I did this," and when Danny Myers says, "Well, I did this, I did this," he could just pull the trump card out and say, "Well, damn, there go my big Joker card. I'm battle Hitman." Then he pull out another one. Bam, I'm battle Disaster on the West Coast. And then he say, "Oh, I battled Reed, another legend in my city that was for Philly." And then if he says, "Well, he go Geechee, y'all, one of y'all current goats, Bam, there go my cards. But lay your cards down, because a big joker is probably gonna beat the two, the four, all the little number face cards. I mean, all the number cards every day, right? When you pull out that ace card, it's gonna beat the team. So you might have more number cards, and this person only got a big joker. But that joker kind of trumps all the. That's kind of like the logic of it, but in reality, now we're gonna talk reality. We ain't gonna do the freaking analogy. We're gonna talk reality. All right. Now let's talk reality. The reality is the person that's actually doing the work and having to come up with more material and having to memorize more material, get on more flights, entertain more crowds, regardless of the names or whatever. That work ethic should not be underlooked or undermined by. Man. I don't know, man. One big joker does not guarantee the most books. Yeah, G-Roll, what's good with you, family? So, Danny beating Lux this year trumps all that. Yeah, Lux, bring yourself outside, sir. I know you doing your champion, gotta be Rum Nitty. Let's look at Rum Nitty's year. Shout out to Nitty. It's possible for him to repeat and retain his belt. So Nitty battled Appa. Shout out to Appa on I Battle. So he went out and gave a shot. Then he, the very next weekend, gave another shot to Southwest Soul. Let me see. Is that Nitty's year so far? Is this Appa? So maybe am I missing something? And then now let me tell you, to be honest, and shout out to Nitty, because he's working. He won the belt last year. I'm pretty sure he wants to win that belt again this year. But I can say this. Oh, okay, David, I'm gonna check that out. Appa and South Flare Soul is not enough to retain the belt over names that Big K has, where Big K can say I battle A-Ward and Mook. The Mook battle. So the Mook battle for Big K and the Hitman battle for Easy are like big Joker cards. Like that, you just drop that down on the table and it shuts down an Appa battle. You can, because that's like one Mook battle might be worth 10 to 15 regular battles in the pantheon of how this thing works. The way the bloggers look at it, the way the media spins narratives, the way fans look at stuff, they'll say, let's just say you battled, I don't want to call nobody no names, right? But just say you battled 10 people that aren't Mook, and they all tough battles, right? And you go crazy in all 10 of those, but somebody else got a murder Mook battle or a Loaded Lux battle or a Hitman battle, any one of the Rushmore worthy MCs, right? To the media, that one Mook battle just kind of, it weighs more than 10 regular names, because they're gonna be like, who you battle, who did you battle? Wait, what league was that? I didn't even see that battle, but I saw that Mook battle. That's how it works. Is it fair? No, it's not fair. Big K has more of a claim than Nitty this year. He does. Big K got more of a claim than Rum Nitty. Got more of a claim than a lot of people. Because you can say, regardless of what Danny, Trez, and Twerk have done and what A-Ward has done, Big K can say, look what I'm out here doing. The dog strikes again. So is Big K gonna be like the champion of the year? We need a worst of the year award. If Ward loses to Big K, Verb, and one more serious person, he gotta be in the running. No. We're not doing that. Because again, like I said, we're battling the best people in the world in one of the toughest sports in the world, right? So if you take a loss, that's like if you're basically saying if somebody had to fight Mike Tyson and George Foreman back to back, and they lost both of those fights, that person is the worst fighter of the year. You can't do that. You can't do that because 9 out of 10 people are probably gonna lose to Mike Tyson and George Foreman back to back. I'm talking about Mike Tyson in his prime. I'm talking about Trevor Burbick Mike Tyson or Spinks Mike Tyson. We're talking about prime George Foreman, right? Before the grill. We're not talking about Foreman grills. We're talking about George Foreman, the monster. Now, if you lose those two fights, you're not the worst fighter. You just lost to two legendary heavy punching people. Same thing in battle rap. If somebody battles Mook and Lugs back to back and loses both of those battles, that don't mean that person is trash or is whack or is the worst battler of the year. It's just no, you went against the toughest competition. So if you say A Ward loses to Big K and A Verb, these ain't no like Verb and Big K ain't no jokes. They done had battles where Verb done had battles where he played around and he got his ass kicked or whatever. Big K done had battles where he was choking and rapping 60-second rounds, not caring, but when they're on their game, these are two of the toughest people to battle. And if A Ward loses to A Verb, don't put him in the running of worst battler of the year. I can name some worst battlers. How about Crash Dummy of the year? Oh, you just trolling now. See, hey, now if you don't like A Ward, if you're not an A Ward fan, just say that in the comments. But you trolling at this point. So I'll just leave you alone, man. Shout out to Kid Dangerous, my Leezy, my man Anti Favor, what's good? Yeah, I know, man. You fucking with me, bro. You fucking with me. Shout out to A Ward though. Who is champion of the year? And we stopped it right now. Just one name. If we stop it, I just want to see what the public thinks. You don't gotta put me, you don't gotta put Trez, you don't gotta put Big K, you don't gotta just put whoever you think it is. One name. If we were to stop the votes right now at this point in July, who is the champion of the year right now? My man say Easy. Says Big K. Okay, we got to vote for Easy. We got to vote for Big K. Come on. More names.
Fire, Sonic Boom.
Come on. Just one person. That nigga said Papoose. Stop fucking playing, man. Kid Dangerous, Royce by now. We got Big K, Chef Trez. We got 3 for Big K. We got 1 for Easy. We got 1 for Trez. We got 1 for Danny. We got 4. Is that 4 for Big K? Danny and Trez. Okay, Danny and Trez catching up. All right. Danny and Trez. So long story short, this is like the top 5 right now. You got Big K, Easy, Danny, Trez. Who else you put in that 5th spot? You're gonna put Twerk, you're gonna put Nitty, Geechee, or A Ward. Who's in that 5th spot? Ill Will. Why y'all playing with Ill? It's crazy. How long I've been live? 29 minutes. I've been talking about champion of the year, and not one time did I mention Ill Will name. See, this is why I say this shit tricky. Let's go to Ill Will's year. Hollow the Don. That was one of the better battles of the year. Probably going to end up in the top 10 for sure. That was a dope battle. I edged Ill Will. Some people had Hollow. It's a debatable, but whatever. Next, King Los. Ill Will. I thought Ill Will won that battle live. I listened to just the bars, and I had King Los winning. But regardless, Ill Will has an amazing run. Now, Ill Will is getting that Hitman trump card. Hold on. Because shit getting tricky. Shit is the same trump card that Easy the Block Captain has Ill Will is now going to be able to play that same card. Because when Easy says, "Bow," that go my Hitman card. Give me the title, give me the belt and the $10,000, right? Ill Will can be like, I got the same card. Oh, bam, tie game. Now what? Okay, so now you got a King Los. That's an industry name. What can contend with a King Los? What do Easy got that can contend with a King Los battle? You can say the Reed battle. What's worth more in the culture right now? A King Los battle or a Reed battle? Y'all tell me. Also, Ill Will also has a Hollow the Don card. Listen, you got a hollow card, but then Easy's gonna say, well, you got a hollow card, bam, I got a disaster card. It's coming down to the wire, man. Hold on, man. This is getting crazy. When Ill Will plays his Hollow the Don card, Easy's gonna play his disaster card. They both got a Hitman card. One got an industry King Los card, and one got a Reed card. But if Easy gets that Geechee battle and that goes down this year, now Ill Will, you got to fight back with at least one more GOAT level name before the year is up. And Ill Will can possibly be your champion of the year. They felt like he should have won it a couple years, and he don't never get it. Same thing with me. Me and Ill Will be like we be in the running, but we don't ever get the belt, man. It's like we gonna wind up being Allen Iverson, Grant Hill. We wound up being Tracy McGrady. I don't know. We gonna be some of the greatest that did it, but never took the ring home. Damn, that's a cold reality. I gotta sip some water on that one, dog. I gotta think about that shit. Am I gonna be Allen Iverson? One of the greatest. Crossed over the GOAT. Crossed over Jordan. No ring. What's up, man? What's up with Danny, man? Yo, okay. You're number one easily. I know. Listen, bro. Thank you, Mars. Charles Barkley. God damn, Philip, don't do me like that. I'm gonna be Charles Barkley? Is that what I'm Reed in Philly? Diz in Cali. Diz in Cali. What weighs more? Come on, public. Y'all help me out. I'm gonna put the code in the hold on. Y'all help me out. This is called parallel convos. Parallel convos. Not a monologue. He said jokes. I'm just fucking with you, bro. That nigga said Charles Barkley, dog. God damn. I dropped the John. I got you, family. I got you. No hardware, man. No hardware, bro. Like, come on. Charlie Clips got a good resume this year, too. Yeah, and he not being talked about enough. So, like I said, Ill Will has that same Hitman card that Easy has. He also has a hollow card. But a Diz and a Diz Reed, name-wise, Easy is in the league. But that also goes back to the nuance of what I was talking about. You know what I'm saying? Go crazy on Summer Badness. And it's solidified. I'm done with champion of the year. If you get Robbie, yeah, me too, bro. Me too. Gina, what's good? What's good? How you doing? Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. How do we chop this up? How do you not give it to Easy? But how do you not give it to Big K? And how do you not give it to Ill Will? All of which are going to end this year with way less battles than Danny Myers and Chef Trace. Way less battle. Let me get some of the panel on here, some of my family on here. Let me get some of these guys on here. We're gonna get she rolled on this joint. We're gonna get my man. Oh, welcome fellas.
Hey, I'm dropping it real quick, man. I just want to
Yeah,
say I'm
thank
at
you, Gina. Thank you, Gina. She said Danny is champion of the year.
I just
Bye.
gotta say this real quick, man.
Come on,
I
bro.
think it's backwards in a way.
Oh wait,
Um,
maybe they cut
I
me out.
don't see how the concept of certain battle rappers are big jokers and all that. That's backwards to me. Because these guys aren't even that active. These big jokers aren't even that active to the point that they should be
Oh,
big jokers. They just have big names. So what
Okay,
you be the battle rapper with a big name? How
okay,
active are they in the culture? We have to look at volume and how you perform and the amount of battles that you perform in. Like even with the example that you gave, right? I'll give you another analogy, right? The Bulls, when they were 72-10, I
okay.
think I think they lost to the Nuggets, right? Nuggets didn't make the playoffs. The Nuggets can't say, hey, we should get in the playoffs because we beat the Bulls. Hey, we was one of the best teams in the NBA that year because we beat the Bulls. That's crazy. No,
yeah.
ain't no big jokers, ain't no
I
little
just
jokers.
cut
This
it out.
battle rap. Who's ever the most active and whoever win is winning with the highest activity, that has to be they have to be in consideration for champion of the year.
But they don't do that though. They
I mean,
don't. They don't do it when the champion panel sits down and they got these people and they be putting people on there that we never even seen before. So they like you got to fix that shit. We can't just be having random people on there. Niggas didn't say nothing the whole year, but then when they judging for the most important thing of the year, somebody's able just to sit down at the table. Like what? No, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
So
I was about to,
G-Roll, Josh, thank y'all for joining. Her, thank y'all. I hope y'all having a great day.
of course.
Real quick, how do you weigh out big names versus a tremendous work ethic? What beats out what?
but what is
Because
a
if
big
that's the case, me and Trez are gonna get played out. We're gonna get played
so
when they
what
do
do big names have
this.
to do with anything?
They, according to these panels, they mean a lot
A
every week.
big you could be a big name and only battle twice in 3 years.
I
I
mean,
mean,
Oh,
the
man.
thing is though, man, is like he said, quality over quantity, and also the big names demand a higher pay rate, so they not gonna battle
Hey, pay
too
rate.
often,
Right.
huh? I'm
but
saying
No.
so
in terms of the
what does payback have to do with it, though?
No, I see
no,
what he's
you
saying.
gotta
He's
understand.
saying
I'm
that they're
saying
not
in
going to
terms of
bat.
the business.
He's saying the big names ain't going to be as active because you got to pay them more, and the leagues don't have the money to pay them, and that's why they're not as active. So you got to weigh them on a curve. You're always on point, but I still
I mean,
disagree
and
that.
another thing, real quick, they became a big name. Why? Because they put in work. So they put in the work to become a big
True,
name.
true.
So that means something. You know what I mean?
I
So
don't.
so we can't like say just because the guy battles every week, we should consider him more than we would consider one of the big guys that the business had to line up for because they're gonna make a lot of money. In terms of the league, they can charge a higher price, and then the battler needs to get paid, compensated correctly. We can't take away from him and the person that goes against that, because that's a big thing for him to go against a murder mook or a hitman holler. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I feel you.
I certainly think it. Sorry to cut you off, bro. I feel like certainly quality over quantity does more so matter, but in the case of somebody like Danny, Trez, Ward, who've been killing it versus big names while still having the time to give out shots and put on A plus performances in those battles, I think that matters as much equally as opposed to
Well,
for
see,
or so
the thing
battles.
when you say it matters as much, like Danny, how many 3-round battles have you had this year?
There you go. That's
All right.
real.
Let me go ahead and count them.
You had Saflair,
Let me see. One.
Mr.
Wait, who was
Biscuit,
that?
Saflair.
J2. J2. Major Cook. That battle didn't drop. That was 3 rounds. But I'm gonna just do the ones that actually dropped.
Hey, Mo's a battle rap computer, man. He already know.
Wait,
I just
you
like
got
to be
more
right and exact, man.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
3 rounds?
9.
All those are 3 rounds?
Yeah.
How many of those people do we care about? Respectfully.
When you say care about, all right. So now we get into
in terms of the culture.
tricky.
Look, in terms of the community, people that
Shout out to Alexander Kowalski out there in Poland. He said freedom for Ukraine. People worldwide, salute to you.
What I'm saying is, in terms of people that put in work to where we know who they are, just you giving a shot, that's cool. But if the community, we don't know them and we don't expect them to win anyway, I mean, how much, like, how many points are we supposed to give them?
Peep this. You making a valid point, but peep this. With somebody, the longer somebody's in the culture, the less big name battles they have available because they already battled the big names. So it's a little bit harder to even get big name battles that they haven't seen.
True.
So, that's why I think I forget who it was. Somebody said, "Yeah, man, you gotta." I forget how they were phrasing it, but like you like. This is a culture that don't really have too many rematches.
And see, look, that's so to Mo's point, because he had a great point. He basically saying what happens when we don't even care about those people that you battle and you beat them. So what? It's like how do you weigh that? But here's the thing: if I go in them same battles that y'all don't care about and choke all 3 rounds and die two times in a row, 3 times in a row, y'all bring that up when y'all do y'all final, y'all exams.
But tell me why
it counts against me, but it never counts for.
But Danny, why do we bring that up though? Why do we bring that up though?
You bring that up because it's like, oh, Danny choked in such and such battle.
We bring it up.
I don't know if he battled with a choke.
Nah, Danny, that ain't true. We tell you because people tell you, yo, why you battling these niggas anyway? That's why. We be like, yo, why you battling Joe Schmo? Like, why you giving?
I don't battle Joe Schmo though. That's the thing.
I
actually battle reputable. I don't battle no names. On the contrary, the people that I battle are actually all fire. Whether you know Mr. Biscuit or not, Josh, I'm pretty sure you can vouch for Mr. Biscuit. He's fire. Whether you can vouch for B.
No, Coach OG.
But I'm saying, why you
come on, Gina?
He don't deserve it. Mr. Biscuit hadn't done nothing to earn somebody that calls themselves
what big South player soul do to earn Rum Nitty and Danny Myers?
I mean, he made it to you. He did whatever he had to do with URL, and they made the business. No, listen. No. They made the business work out to your liking, Rum Nitty's liking, and he's in the right area. He went through whatever tournament style the Crucible is to get you guys. Mr. Biscuit, I like Mr. Biscuit, but Mr. Biscuit, if it's not on URL or a larger platform, why you battling him? You see what I'm saying? And then if you go choke against him, then we like, yo, Danny, you shouldn't even took that battle.
Anyway, no, you got a point, but I will say this: if you want to be honest, Mr. Biscuit would deserve a battle with Danny Myers before South Flare Soul.
I don't know about that.
I'm gonna tell you why. He's been around since the grind time era. He's been around. He's been on leagues. He's been on URL. Magnificent showings on URL. He's been putting in work for years, as opposed to somebody like Soul who's probably been battling for 2 years. How does Soul deserve a battle with Danny with only 2 years battle experience versus somebody who has 10, 12 years of battle experience? Now, because you might not be familiar with these names, don't mean they haven't put in the work.
Let me ask you this.
I welcome Gina, by the way. You know what I mean? I gotta get your intro song.
Yes, I've been waiting.
I gotta get your intro song. Don't trip. I got you.
Okay,
It'll
so
be the next show.
here's the thing, right? That I don't know if you guys mentioned it. I came late, but I arrived late. Sorry, pause.
You don't got hey, look, you don't got to pause. Shit.
Battle rap be making me think I'm a nigga for real. I'm too in battle rap.
You don't got to pause.
But here's the thing. Here's the hey verb. Here's the thing that I don't know if y'all mentioned already, but is definitely a favoritism game. And that's with everything in life, right? Everything is subjective, especially battle rap. Nothing can be objective. And that's the problem sometimes with like a panel. They try to eliminate and make it more objective. But at the end of the day, when humans are involved, they are going to play favoritism. We saw what happened on the last panel, okay? And people was fighting for days after those rankings came out for Coty and Coty, right? So this is why I like Danny's point of, oh, you guys say he battles nobodies, but if Danny was to choke in every single one of them battles, they'll be like, oh, Danny died, he can't be Coty, blah, blah, blah. But if you want to eliminate those, or you make it count for other people, right? So let's take, for example, Easy and Big T, right? There's a lot of Big T slander, especially at the time that he battled Easy, right? And even though I think, Big T is a legend, but I can say that, he has not been performing that well in his battles, right? But they didn't say, oh, Easy's taking the easy way out and battling somebody who's not good, but because he's a legend is worth more, right? So it just depends on how you want to view. So it's not just, the names, but
that's a great point.
Right? Thank you. But he was ranked so high on Coty because
where was he ranked?
He was ranked, I think, top 3. He was ranked top 3, even though he only had 4 battles that year. But because of the names, they went off of the names. Well, they have a whole rubric or whatever that they base it off. But again, it's human beings. So they weren't applying as much pressure as they did for certain battlers. When it came to, strength of schedule was one, the type of names of the battlers, so it was like different aspects. I can't really remember, but it wasn't just the names, but it was like strength of schedule. And they justified Easy's ranking, even though he only had 4 and Danny was battling like every single week, like he always does. And, that's strength of schedule. But they were like, well, Easy's names, the people that he battled was more important.
That name shit.
Yeah.
First of all, the battles have to be good. Let's start there. The material.
I always say that.
Imagine
rewatchability.
Like when you was bringing up somebody like Big T, right? So maybe skill-wise at this point, he's not a high-level battle rapper in terms of the output of what he's doing, right? But I also can attribute that to Hitman Holla, because if you look at it, who has Hitman actually been destroying his last 5, 6 battles? Who has he just beat up so cold that we like, yo, Hitman is the best in the world? Is it really we're going off of his legacy and his name, or what are we? What are we doing here?
I mean, per ARP, Hitman is the biggest battler in the world, and he just booked Mook, and he booked Hitman. So Hitman is the biggest battler in the world per the last person that booked him and Mook. So
it's draw.
So the business,
like from a league. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but the business trumps everything. Like Cassidy, you get a Cassidy. We don't, and I love Cassidy. I've been listening to. I used to listen to Cassidy as a kid. But if you get Cassidy against a high level battle rapper, we probably gonna think he's gonna lose that battle. He probably gonna lose. But the business makes that battle bigger than anything he'll get.
Right.
His opponents. So we can't discount the business because that matters. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
But that's the
If you
thing
like talking about
too,
the biggest guy in the world, you know what I mean?
right? Because
Especially
when we talk about what makes somebody top tier, the definition changes depending on who you're talking to. Because me as a fan, I don't go off of business. Because listen, that don't have nothing to do with me. But a lot of people do factor that in. It's like ticket sales. Hitman is a really big battle rapper. Like and then also you have to think of the pioneers of things, right? So like people don't like Mook like that, but like Mook and Rex really just are really the pioneers of the what we call battle rap in 3 rounds and 3 minutes per round.
Okay,
Like they
right.
created that, right? So you look at them, even if they don't battle ever again, you would still say, okay, these are top tier. But to some people, they are not considered top tier because when they come back and battle, they're subpar battles, right? According to them. So it really just depends on what's your definition. Because Hitman, he don't need a battle again, but when he do want to come out, people gonna buy tickets, right? So the business side, they care about that, and he's gonna give you a good performance. I've never seen a Hitman battle where he didn't come with 3 well-written rounds and didn't care about the battle. Like, so that's another thing you have to like consider. Or at least for me, that's a lot of things that I consider when I think of someone who's top tier, who's a draw, as they like to say, and stuff like that. So yeah.
What's good? Salute to you, family. Welcome to the
Thank you, Angie.
Yeah, great point. Yeah, dropping bars every time she come on here. G-Roll, Josh, y'all all drop bars. What's up with y'all? Yikers Island. I got a team of bar spitters, man. They gotta leave me alone.
Biggest doesn't mean best. Yeah. I like that.
I got a question real quick. Is Cassidy a big name? I mean, he's a big name rapper. So would that count more? Because if you battle Cassidy?
I mean, I would get
they will make it.
If Danny battled Cassidy this year and beat Cassidy 3-0, 2-1, whatever, if he beat Cassidy, got Cassidy this year, he's gotta be. You gotta put him in that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Like he has to be up there, like him and Easy. Like which one? Like he jumps over everybody because of Cassidy, regardless of the performance, because it's what I mean. And then and one last point, real quick. So what Gina was saying about she doesn't care about the business, but that's like us as like hardcore fans. But it's obviously people that think they win battles because they want to see them. Like more. Like ARP said, Hitman and Bill Collector sold more than this last pay-per-view that he had with Mook. That says a lot. That was 4 years ago.
No, that's a fact. I wanna ask y'all.
I mean, I get that. But in terms, how much of the business goes into these weightings? So, like I said,
on the person. It depends on the panel, because sometimes they care a lot about that.
I mean, I'm gonna say this, right? Because I'm from Philly. I'm from the old school. It's battle rap, not leisure competition rap. If you want to be a battle rapper, you got to be a warrior and you got to be out there battling. You can't be out here trying to act like, oh yeah, I'm a battle when the business is right. And that makes sense. But if it's money involved, the business is right. If it's money involved, get out there, battle, get busy, and slay these MCs and prove that you're the best. If you ain't doing that, you ain't champion of the year. The champion of the year is the person that killed the most MCs.
Thank you. Hold on, man. You get
the take back BRC.
You get the first bar guy of the day, man. Listen, man. And that's what I thought it was when the shit first started. I thought it was the person that's really out there putting in work throughout the year. And that changed into, because think about it, when O-Red got it, O-Red deserved it. O-Red was battling names, killing shit. He was on a killing spree.
Everywhere.
The next person was Geechee. I think Geechee got it the next year, right?
Or was it? It wasn't Chilla?
No, Chilla got it.
He got the next 2 times.
Yeah, Geechee had got it the next 2 times. Then
in a row. Okay, yeah.
Then Chilla got it. Then Geechee
and then he got it again.
Then
Geechee got it. Yeah.
So it turned into like think about the names. Okay, also let's do this. Ill Will, Easy Block Captain, right? Both having great years in terms of names, right? Now, like I said, they both got a Hitman card that they can play. They both got another legend with a hollow card, and Easy has a disaster card. And a Rudy card, and then Will has a King Los card, right? So when they kind of match up, it kind of evenly matches up because you got to think about it. Both of them got Hitman, so that's the same card. Is a Reed what's more, a Reed battle or a King Los battle? What's more important than all?
I would think Reed and Philly.
Yeah, Reed and Philly was kind of big. See, so and again, you got to consider all those.
That trumps his King Los Blue Room. That trumps his King Los Blue Room card.
I would edge that one because King Los is not a battle rapper in this sense, but I give him a lot of points because King Los was arguably undefeated. You put him in this type of setting.
That in there too. Okay, so now
so it's a tough one, but I would edge Easy because of the impact.
Okay, so you get
the impact surpasses everybody for the year. Like,
so we should be the goddamn champion of the year panel this year.
Listen, we keep it too real. It's because we don't got no favoritism. It's a lot of favoritism on them panels.
I'm bringing my own panel. Come on,
right?
D-Roll, my man, Josh, Gina, we gonna be the panel this year, Jay Black.
They're gonna be sick of us. I'm gonna have to delete my socials.
We ain't just gonna say Danny because it's Danny. So we're not gonna cheat for me. We're gonna be fair.
My champion of the year is always gonna be whoever get out there.
Well,
right. The
best performances.
I would have won it every fucking year. That's a fact. So,
no, I think K-Shine should have got 1 year. I'm just saying.
I don't know. That year, Geechee, because him and Geechee was neck and neck, so they battled at the volume, and that battle was going to determine who was going to get it.
And K-Shine and Chilla was also the determining one, and he lost.
K-Rock should have got one. Shit, Danny, you should have got one, man. You know what I mean?
Even the year that I lost the real sick, nigga, I could have still gotten at least number 2.
You could have still gotten
right.
Fuck all that.
You got
forget about me.
The one thing though, I'm gonna say this real quick.
The disaster card in Cali is that worth more than a Hollow the Don card?
I would say yeah, because he battled him on GTX at Battle of the Bay. You can't take that. You gotta remember Battle of the Bay. That's a disaster.
Yes, the grind.
A disaster card in Cali is worth more than a disaster. Like we doing a trading card,
that's like
this
a Philly
worth
Reed.
more than a Hollow the Don card.
That's like a Philly Reed. You battling
Philly Reed card.
I don't even want to admit that because I love Hollow so bad, and I think Hollow is the best of all time. But yeah, that's the thing. Again, like I've been saying, you got to take everything into account. Like it's disaster, it's Cali, like so. Yeah,
you're right. We take it all into account. But watch this: when they have a pretty much even schedule, 4-4, right? A pretty much even battle. Now, what do we base it on? Now we got to base it on how these men are performing in the battle. So who is showing out? Who has the better year in the ring between Ill Will and Easy Block Captain?
Shit, Ill Will.
I was gonna say, I think Ill Will.
I would say
because I think
so. We got two for Ill Will, and G-Roll says Easy because Easy did have that fiend rebound off the glass, that whole scheme, that drug shit was insanity. That was dope. Let me see what else did he do this year.
Him and Reed so far. That's all it.
And you know what?
I'm sorry, man.
Nah, fuck that. Ill Will. Because listen, First of all,
Okay.
What
the
Ill Will
disaster
said
battle
against
didn't
Hollow?
happen yet. That didn't even happen yet, so I can't even count nothing from
Mhm.
that. But if we going off of right now, Ill Will has had the better material this year because you look at his Hollow
That's what I
Down
was
round,
saying.
his King
But here's
Low
the thing,
round.
right?
hold on, whoa.
Here's
Easy
the thing.
third. Hold up, easy third round versus Reed though, bro. That shit that was crazy though, bro.
And
That's
that's what I want to bring up because
Come on, man.
I think I said Ill Will initially, right? Because I think his performance against Hollow was a lot better. But Easy has more bodies. I personally think.
He do.
Yeah.
I mean, he got 2 clear wins. And
Like
people are
clear.
debating.
And I think Hollow versus Ill Will was debatable.
Okay. So
if
got
you
Ill Will
go
be
to like
Hollow, though.
clear wins, Easy has more clear wins than Ill Will this year.
If we're gonna edge Easy because of that, now we gotta put Big K and Easy head to head now. Who's performing better in those battles?
How did Big K jump Ill Will?
So Big K should not be over Ill Will.
No.
He battle Mook though, bro.
Battle Mook.
Y'all going by strength of schedule or what?
I look at Hollow and Mook is the same level
Mook.
though. Hollow and Mook is the same level to me.
Nah, bro.
Yeah,
Nah.
If we had trading cards, what card is worth more, a Mook card or a Hollow card?
In terms of name recognition, Hollow and Mook is on the same.
Yeah.
Not in terms of skill level.
No. Listen. Mook. Hey, listen. Check this out. If these were baseball cards, that nigga Mook Jackie Robinson, dog. I don't care what y'all say, man.
Hey, delete him. Delete him off the chat.
Jackie Robinson, baby.
Jackie Robinson what?
What you mean?
He got a Jackie Robinson rookie card, nigga. You need a bad move or some shit.
Wait. Jackie Robinson is not Jackie Robinson's. He might be Jackie Robinson, but not a rookie card though.
He's not the rookie card.
He's not a rookie. Like Hollow, he could be Ken Griffey or Barry
but all them was only able to beat them because of Jackie Robinson though, bro. Let's be real, bro.
I don't like. What's this guy's name?
My name Molizy. I don't care.
Put his name up. Put his name up here, Danny. I want everybody to know his name. So
my name Molizy. Hey, wait a minute.
I'm a block.
Wait a minute, Miss Lady. Wait a minute, Miss Lady.
Look.
Yeah, I need to block him.
Jackie
Robinson said
Hollow.
Oh, Lil Cat. Do you see Lil Cat comment? Oh, yeah.
Glass case. It should
be. Hey, bro. Yeah. Hey, listen. Y'all got to stop it, bro. Listen, even Danny know this nigga Mook is it's the pioneer. He don't got to be good. I'm not saying he like the best. Don't get that twisted. I'm just talking about his pioneership. Right. You know what I mean? Of what he's done.
Cannot take that away from him. Cannot ever take that away from him.
So you don't think Hollow is the same way? You don't think Hollow is a pioneer?
Hollow hang Aaron.
Hollow on a battle move.
Hollow
chasing. Hollow on a battle move. That was 15 years ago.
No, the dude will still do it. He'll still battle move. Come on now. Stop playing.
Hollow had a better battle against Lux than Mook did against Lux.
Has Hollow had a round like Mook had against Tay-Rock? Anytime. Come on, man.
But he did it in a room with no people there. And they got history. They got history, though. But they got history.
This battle rap, man, that shit don't matter about no crowd or nothing. That's why the blue room taking off. This shit don't matter.
You're fight back.
Wait.
Hey, Danny, she might forget. She don't know, Danny. I'm a battle rapper. I done battled Danny twice. You know what I mean?
Who won?
And lost twice.
What you looking at? Who won? What you mean?
This is what.
Hey,
you was good on the show today, brother. I'll see you.
Right? Yeah.
You gonna do it like
that? Get him,
Stop lying to
people.
No, man, I fuck with Danny. I fuck with Danny every day.
Mook performance versus Tay-Rock versus Hollow's round where he broke down Charlie Clips.
Oh my God!
It's so easy. You see how easy it is to predict that. Now,
that was dope.
Who had a more impactful round between that round when he did that and I would say Mook's third or Mook's first?
It was Mook's every round, bro. He broke
every
listen,
round.
That battle might be like top 5 battles, Danny. Like that Mook. This is why when we were talking about on the other episode when we were talking about they don't have grudges like they used to. Like that battle was amazing because you just talk about one round from Mook, but you gotta when you rewatch it. Yeah, first, second, and third, he was laying the table to roast that man. Like he set the table, got the dinner set. Like it was. Like
you're not lying. You're not lying. You're right. But I will say Mook's rounds versus Tay-Rock were actually better than Hollow's round versus Charlie Clips.
Because Hollow lost to Charlie Clips. Hollow lost that battle to Charlie Clips.
Hollow won that battle, man.
Hollow won.
Here we go.
Come on. What are you talking about? Let me tell you. You want to talk about impact? Hollow. You know how many times people have battled Charlie before Hollow, and they try to make that angle of how Charlie raps and tries to break him down. It wasn't until Hollow where he really broke Charlie down, and then when you have the crowd participating, because people only remember the Kit Kat bar, but they forgot the lines leading up to that where the crowd was still predicting it. If you rewatch it, it's multiple lines before he gets to that. The way that he broke Charlie down, he was never the same, respectfully. And this is why his Wildin' Out fans be coming saying Clips 3-0, 3-0 every time, but they don't watch battle rap for real. Like, and I like Charlie. Charlie's my guy for real. But Charlie was never the same. It's just like then you see him. And then also you got to think of the impact too, because he did that in the first round and Charlie had to rap after that. And it's like, now you're really paying attention. Like, wow, that's really how Charlie rapped though. We never like really looked at this. Andre, but at the same time, Mook was better than
what's going on? Salute.
What about when Charlie Clip battled B-Dot, bro? What you talking about?
I had B-Dot winning.
Oh, I had B-Dot too.
Yeah, B-Dot won that.
Yeah, that was clear.
But Charlie wasn't powerful in that. He wasn't powerful against Lou Castro. He wasn't powerful against.
Yes, he was.
Oh yeah, he was.
Yes, he was. We're not
debating that.
Well, I don't even know how
I'm just saying he didn't look the same.
Different debates.
Y'all saying that like Hollow just made that man look crazy.
Oh.
Topic is, who is the current champion of the year? One name.
Easy right now.
Okay, we got to vote for Easy. Who else? Who you got?
I said Easy already.
We got 2 for Easy. Gina, who you got?
Charlie Clips.
Charlie got 1 battle this year.
Yeah, she's not gonna say Clips.
No, Clips got
I'm gonna say Danny Myers.
Don't say
Danny.
If you can see my group chat, Danny.
Block her, Danny.
No, it's Danny. Okay, because I don't do that whole old names and people battling 2 times a year and they champion of the year.
Right.
I really look at strength of schedule and quality of batttholes. Okay, I don't care what name it is.
Maybe I can't see this, but this is my battle schedule this year, starting from January.
I mean, so far though. Danny got the round of the year so far.
And I'm serving niggas.
Danny got the round of the year so far though. He got the round of the year versus Alias. That third round, crazy, dog.
See, they agree with me. Look, we got somebody in there. Highlight that comment.
Wait, who is your current champion of the year? You got Twerk, you got Trez, you got Danny, you got Easy, you got Big K, you got Ill Will, and who else am I missing?
Who said they want to block me? Go to hell.
Yeah, you was kind of sucking up a little bit.
I love Danny.
But we all do. No, Danny's up there, but I would say if you hold my feet to the fire, I'm gonna say probably Big K. If you hold my feet.
One name.
especially if he beat Disaster. If he beats Disaster,
Yeah.
I think that's
you said Big K? You say Big K?
You said
If he
Oh,
beat
no,
Rex, you mean?
my bad. Rex. My fault. I'm thinking of Easy because I know Easy's
Oh, if
up
he
there
beats
too.
Oh, you
Rex.
said Big K. And I'm not
Yeah,
mad. I'm not mad at nobody's choices because
yo,
each man has a legit argument of why he should or could be, including Trez, including myself, including Twerk,
you know
and
what's
Easy,
interesting,
Oh,
Danny?
and Big K,
twerk.
and Ill Will.
You know what's interesting,
Twerk.
Danny? I think it's kind of interesting that Big K and Easy is both on the GTX card. I think whoever has the better performance on that card is going to be the winner. I'm gonna put it that way. I'll put it that way.
Wow.
Because they both got great opponents, so you can't say, "Oh, this guy got Rex, but that guy got this." They're both up there. They're both route much
But how,
I would think
let me,
I do think that Disaster would be a tougher fight than Rex, to be honest.
I mean, I don't. How can we get so many
It
points for
depends. It
Rex though, man?
depends.
Rex hadn't done anything in years, man. We
I
can't
mean,
just
That's
I
what
give
I'm
mean,
every.
I mean,
saying.
come on, Rex is a GOAT level
He
battle
is,
rapper. We
but
gotta give him
how
his
can
respect.
I
Rex
respect
been,
Rex? But
Rex
Rex
gonna
been
give you a good first round, but then again, these are 90-second rounds for Rex and Big K, right? And they
Right,
both thrive in that time limit. They both go
right,
crazy in 90 seconds. It's when you
right.
go after 90 seconds when they start falling down, they falter, and they did label like Rex might just start going into a mixtape round if you could get a transition. Big K might just cut the round short, but if you give him 90 seconds, that's perfect. I do expect a dog fight. I do expect Big K to win the rounds 2 and 3. I'm giving Rex the first round. As far as Easy and Disaster goes, that's super super tough. But for him to
you
beat
got Easy.
Disaster in the West,
You got
that's a big because if you say I beat Hitman and Disaster and Reed in the same year,
right.
yeah.
And the thing,
shit,
look, this the thing, right?
it's hard not to say he's champion of the year despite only 3 battles or 4 battles, whatever. It's hard, but then again, like I said, me and Trez and Twerk, we just get kicked under the rug. Like they don't care about y'all did 30 battles. They don't care. That's what G-Ro just said. We don't care. I don't
Okay,
care.
what about
Crazy. You niggas,
A-Ward?
those three outweigh your 30. And that's the logic. This shit crazy as fuck, man.
But it's about impact. They gave a certain amount of battles that you need to do a year, and then impact, and then I don't know what the other criteria. I remember the impact and then strength of schedule and a certain amount of battles. That's all I remember as far as the criteria.
I think I have it. Hold on, let me look. I'm gonna look at my phone, but I got their criteria.
I don't think A-Ward. I don't know if he has a chance, to be honest with you. Because of the whole Big K situation. You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
A-Ward
I
just
don't
went
think they're gonna
crazy.
give
I don't
it.
think a loss should automatically take you out of contention because everybody
Nah,
can lose.
It
They
they
should.
say Ward
3
just went
battles.
crazy in Hitman Holler House, dog.
Yeah,
They
they
say
did
he
versus
went crazy.
No,
baby
that's a
Gator.
fact. But my thing is that they're not gonna look at it as
I
they're gonna
don't
look
count
at it
that.
as why are we gonna give it to A-Ward when BK beat him? You know what I'm saying?
They're
Like
not gonna give it to A-Ward this
they're
year.
not gonna give it to A-Ward over the
At
person that
all.
beat him. You know
Who
what I'm saying?
A-Ward battled this year though?
Unless Big K goes into the Rex battle and just dies. You know what I'm saying? If he dies, then they're back on the same playing
Hey,
field. But
Right.
if
what
Big
if
K goes in there and has a
What if
good
A-Ward
performance,
30 this nigga A-Bird?
Oh.
but
What
still,
About that?
but
if he
still,
30
what
A Bird,
if he
that
30s
puts him
A-Bird,
back in
but what if
good
Big K
graces.
30s Rex? Then there's really no difference.
It's
Yeah,
wait.
You know
yeah,
what I'm
you're
saying?
right. You're right.
Listen, Rex
Then
is not that
it's still
good,
right
man.
where they was at.
The level of competition between Averb and Rex is different, man. Rex,
That's not.
respectfully,
Nah,
Averb, what? We haven't heard Rex
Rex
rap
is still
good
a
in years, man.
you.
You talking about legacy? I'm talking about right now. If we talking about right now, we talking about legacy.
But what I'm talking about
Because
is what the culture is going to. You talk about you. I'm talking about the culture is going to look at it as BK
I'm
just
saying
30 Rex.
that's how
Okay.
That's not going to
the
be
culture
enough.
should look. If
So
Mike
it
Tyson
says
went out and fought Deontay Wilder right now, how many points you gonna tell me Deontay Wilder is getting appreciated for knocking out Mike Tyson today?
no. don't get points for knocking out Tyson today.
You don't get points for knocking out Rex today. You posted
strength of schedule. Hold on,
but at the same time,
this is the
I
criteria.
could look at
I don't know if they're
how
going to change
you
this
get for
year,
30
but
in
as
Averb.
of
Averb got 30 by
last year, this was their
and Miss
criteria, and it was.
But Averb had a good year last year. That was weak, man. Nobody really care about the women battle.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't make special.
So they said,
don't make special rules because he's battling women. He still got 30, and Miss Hustle retired him. Let's be honest. She retired.
Nobody care about that.
So,
Man. Well, he came back.
Nobody cares about that.
We don't really care about it. He came back. He 30 head ice. He had a good battle.
I'm gonna read off these.
You like to arbitrarily
a clear picture.
It don't work like that.
Who's the winner, right?
Nobody really care about the women battles, man. If you notice, the men winning will lose King versus Quinn. They lost like the first year. We don't care.
Lost to Easy. He lost to.
He had a good battle against Easy. A good
he
battle.
He had a debatable with what was it? Head Ice. He had a debatable with Head Ice.
Debatable. He 3-0 head. You see what I'm saying? Head Ice. You don't like Averb. That's what it is. Head Ice was stumbling.
Hey, listen.
That's what he always said. The moment you disagree, you don't like Averb, you don't like Hitman. Meanwhile, you don't like women. How about that? You don't like women battle.
Hold on, Paul.
Oh man.
Right?
We got the bar guy on that man. Fight back.
That ain't no bar guard, man. He said debatable, and the dude was stumbling all through the battle.
She said this nigga. Nah, we know better.
Oh, now I know why he like Averb.
Right, Danny.
Because he don't like women either.
Yes or no, Danny? There was a time There was a time when people were saying Averb need to eat meat or something because he dying out there.
Pause.
I said pause. I said no.
You're right.
When they said that, it was like
they said Bird need to start eating protein again. I remember.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, listen. Hey, you listen though. Bird did good against Shotgun Suge. He did real good.
I actually had him beating Suge.
I had him beating Suge, but I'm saying
that was his last battle.
That was his last one. That was December.
He had a good 2022, and I'm saying Rex hasn't been good since 2015. It's a difference.
No, you're right.
I'm not just because you disagree. I'm saying he said the man had a debatable with a nigga that was stumbling the whole 3 rounds. Like that don't sound like you being reasonable about picking who win battles. That sounds like a nigga.
You can't be reasonable. First of all, you can't mention being reasonable and then say female battlers don't matter. Like,
I didn't say female
the female battles don't matter. Like, Hustle 30 that man and make him retire. And you said that don't matter.
Order in the court.
You know, this is the last person to talk about being biased. You the last person, bro.
What I said was we don't care about the male versus female battles. We don't care.
Who is we? Who is the we?
Right, you speaking for yourself.
No, you're speaking for yourself, and that is the definition of being biased.
Don't Charlie Clips and Jazz. Nobody cares about
you're mentioning a battle. We're talking about Verb and Hustle. No one cares about Charlie Clips and Jazz right now. We're talking about Verb and how he got 30'd by Hustle and made him retire.
Nah, he ain't get 30.
We don't care.
He ain't get 30 though.
He died twice against the women that he hates. Like,
he lost. He definitely lost.
We're talking about
restore order.
Restore order.
Oh, and he got 30.
I feel you. He said it's better than the champion of the year panel.
It is.
So look, real quick, let me just read off the criteria. Strength of schedule, and it says caliber of opponent, schedule, and the time, whatever the time, maybe the length of the round. Okay, consistency, dependability, and cleanliness, meaning are you getting through your rounds clean? Are you not stumbling?
Are you choking?
Impact, weight of the battle's lasting impression. Okay, impact, that's pretty clear cut. Material, body of work, and the quality of the material. Then performance is showmanship, movement, projection. I don't like that. Why is movement part of you? In order to perform, you do have to move, but so that you're grading the movements. Like if I do my arm like this, but somebody else does their arm like this, that beats out my.
Well, we gotta take
y'all got
the projection.
Because
y'all can take Chef Trez out of there if we talking about projection. Then we talking about like Chef Trez out of there. Then dog, we talking about projection.
Well, but look, he's having a banner year. He's having a great year without having to be as loud as Danny Meyer. You got moments. Defining. It says defining, standout, or viral. So these are the 6 criteria. And right now, if we looking at that, who is your current champion of the year? Because if that's the case,
first of all, I would say that those criteria is really nice. The problem is that the panels, if you've watched the panels over the years, they vary. So like everything's supposed to be equal, right? You give them points for each thing, but some of them on the panel will weigh certain aspects higher than others for certain battle rappers, which is why I made the point in the beginning that you can try to be objective all you want, but it's battle rap, so it's always going to be biased, and people are going to choose their favorites, and you can tell from the rankings. So yeah, the criteria is cute, but they don't be following it. So it's like they need a whole new panel.
They definitely need an entirely new panel. All right, moving on to my next subject. So we pretty much, y'all saying Easy, y'all saying Big K, y'all saying Danny. We're gonna see, because we still got 5 more months of battle rap. A lot could change, in that time span. But this is a good top 5. This is the general consensus.
Danny, who your next big name, Danny? Let us know, man. Give us a hint, my nigga.
We try to, man, shut up, man. We can't.
What's up, dog?
Danny, you need to go on a vacation, man. Go on a vacation, Danny. You need to go to Hawaii.
Didn't I say that?
That's what we said.
You really need to go on vacation.
Go on vacation, man. For real.
Yeah, then when I'm gone, they're gonna see how valuable I was to the culture. Like, this nigga Danny need to come back. These niggas all whack.
Yes,
ain't nobody saying. Everybody saying the same gun bar over and over. Like, where's the originality? Y'all gonna miss me when I'm gone. I'm telling you.
You want to talk about impact? Everybody got a parallel universe bar.
Everybody got a parallel. Chilla just did one.
They want to be you so bad.
Everybody has done one. Charlie Clips has done 5 of them. Jazz did one. Everybody's done one. So you cannot say Danny don't. I impact this culture immensely.
Cassidy
did a parallel universe. Come on, man. Stop playing with me.
Talk to him nice.
I'm gonna go out this bitch, man. So anyway, is URL rebuilding? Like, okay, so RBE's having a fantastic year. They always have great years, right? But for the most part, URL has been the #1 leading brand, the #1 leading league. Right now, I've seen several polls. Damn, that was crazy.
You've seen several polls.
I beg your pardon.
Thanks.
I paused it. But anyway, and all of them had RBE like at 90% the best year, the best league of 2023, 90%. Then it was like there was like Riot, there was RBE. I mean not RBE, URL was like 7% or something like that. And yeah, it's pretty accurate, to be honest. And do we feel like what is going on with URL? Why aren't people excited about their cards anymore? Is it the caffeine shit? Is it
the lawsuits? The lawsuits.
The lawsuits holding things up. What's going on?
That's hurting them. It's
the new talent. The new niggas ain't it, bro. That's what's really hurting right now. The older niggas, we done seen all y'all battle each other. Y'all, that's cool. Some of y'all still got some battles left, but it's these new niggas, man. I don't get these niggas. I'll be honest.
And you know what?
Talk your shit, man. Tell them niggas you can beat them.
Oh, I can beat these new niggas. I swear for God, these new niggas out of here, dog. I'm keeping it beat. You know what I'm saying? I ain't that bad. Y'all need to check me out, but it ain't about me right now. I'm just saying, like, you know.
Danny, you know what happened too?
What's
I
going
think the
on?
URL. I think the URL. Hey, y'all hear that wind noise? Is that me?
Yeah. Who outside?
That's Mark.
Oh, okay. You know what I think hurt them? I think the URL got set back like a year or two, bro. And I think the reason why is because the whole situation with Kid Slade and Easy. Those were the dudes that were supposed to take the torch and carry it on and be the next big stars. And unfortunately, you know, the whole Easy situation happened, and then the whole Big Slade. I don't get into that, whether he told a snitch, whatever. I don't know, but that hurt. That hurt the URL. That set them back. Like,
Close both of those doors.
yeah,
I'm gonna take you out in a minute.
because both of them should have been on Summer Madness. Both of them should be on Summer Madness.
Does every league have a face? And who are the faces of every league? Let's start there. Starting with bullpen.
Who's the face of bullpen? John, if you
right, I was gonna say it's John. But it's probably bad news or clone for bullpen.
I would say news. I would say he's the first person I think of.
Okay. Yeah. When you say I battle, who is the face of I battle?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not qualified.
Maybe they don't have a face. I don't know. I gotta ask Lex that. Who's the face of RBE?
The face of RBE. I mean, you could almost say it's Hitman. To be honest with you.
Oh, what?
Rosenberg gotta be the face.
Rosenberg and Show Off, who've been there for a long time.
I would say Rosenberg.
But wait a minute. But when someone, when ARP has Hitman headlining 3 straight max outs, isn't he kind of telling y'all who the face is?
He just trying to get people to buy tickets.
You can say whatever you want.
You got a great point.
I look at actions.
The God MC said Ill Will and K and Big K.
Of what? RBE? RBE is the face of RBE. Ooh.
I would say Ill Will or
Towers.
When I think about Show Off, when I think about RBE, I always think about Show Off because he always hold the flag everywhere he at. He holds the flag.
I think Rosenberg been holding it down too, but I do think Show Off. But what he was saying was Hitman has been like, damn, right. I don't know. Hitman could be the current phase. I don't know.
Hey, Danny, Leeds will let you know who's the face of the league by their wallet, who they're spending the money on. That'll let you know. And if I have a battle rapper headline my top 3 events in the last 2 years, they're telling you who's the face.
Well, I kind of disagree a little bit with that.
They're showing you who the face is.
Well, think about it. Think about if Tay Rock is the face of URL. Tay Rock, he doesn't really have that many main event battles. If you think about it, he wasn't the main event for a lot of events. But we still call him the face because he only battled at URL for years. And he seemed like he was smack gunner and he stayed.
Is he currently still the face of URL?
I mean, I would think so. I mean, I
feel like if it wasn't Rock.
I felt like Surf was the face of URL because
I think it was Surf.
The flag, but they always say Tay Rock the face.
Right.
So
there we go.
Kind of just like, okay. But they weren't spending the bread on Tay Rock, and he was called the face, and he wasn't getting the main events. You know what I mean? So that's why I say, like in Hitman, the business with him and URL just not there. So he by proxy, RB is the next thing. You know what I mean? That he gonna work with. So
okay. First of all, I wanted to establish who was the face of every league. Does a league need that one person to represent their league for them to be a successful league?
I think every league needs somebody.
What is wrong with this? I don't think they need a I don't think every league needs a face. I think it's Q. It's like, you know, any industry likes to have somebody that they use to promote things, right? Like, So you don't need one, but it's cute to say like, yes, Tay Rock is the face of the league, or like when Gwitty is like, oh, I'm the label, I'm the RBE logo or something. Like, it's cute, but like, I don't really care. I mean, I'm still gonna watch the battles either way.
Well, I do think every league needs that person that has that loud voice.
You're right.
It all the time.
You're right. No, you're right. I think they do need it. Now that I think about it, you made sense. Because I just think back to Nintendo. And
they need a logo. They need a.
When you had Nintendo, you think of Mario. When you had Sega, you had Sonic, right? They had something that associated their brand. That here's the face that represents our brand, and this is gonna always be the face regardless, right? So I guess leagues do need somebody to be the guy or a girl, right? So we go to Chrome. That's interesting because I know Remy started it as an all women's thing, and then now you're starting to see, Easy over there and possibly an Easy versus YouTube battle over there, which would undoubtedly be the main event. All women's league. So
wait, Danny,
you're a face of the women's league.
Somebody said, "Why is Danny not the face?" And
what? I'm the face of battle rap, nigga.
I think.
Now wait, that's what Geezy said.
I ain't the face of no league. I'm the face of the goddamn culture.
Danny Maya.
I'm the face of the fucking culture, nigga.
Yeah.
You always say, Daddy, you're champion of the culture, man. You're not the champion of the year. That's why you never gonna get
Stony Stone said that.
Yeah.
I think if you would have asked Remy would probably say her goal was probably to have Hustle as the face. But I think once she realized that the men bring in a lot more money and ticket sales and so on and so forth, I think Easy has kind of slid into that role. Right. I think Easy has kind of slid into that role. Because remember, after the whole Easy situation happened at the last event, people were saying, damn, is Easy not going to be on Chrome anymore? Everybody was asking about Easy. Is he going to be on Chrome? Is he going to be on Chrome? So he's kind of synonymous with them now.
Style C was good.
But the thing about Easy, he only battled on Chrome once. You know what I mean? So, I mean, he said he was the male face, but I don't really think, especially, since.
But then you hear it. But Remy's his manager, so you have to take that into account too.
But manager doesn't mean artist signed to your. That means manage whatever he has going on outside of. Within his business.
Right. But you would imagine that whenever Remy is doing a card with males on it, he's going to get the first call. Can we be fair on that?
And they say he's on the next card too.
She's not going to book Geechee versus she's not going to book Geechee versus somebody and not call Easy.
And she never corrects him when he says that he's the face.
Oh God. Shit.
So she might be silently co-signing it, right?
Silently co-signing.
I think the question would be, dog.
I gotta remember that.
And she just posted today that their battle is at like 400,000.
And the only reason why she's not saying it loudly is because she doesn't want to piss Hustle off. She doesn't want to piss off Hustle.
I think the question is, bro. The question is, when you think of battle rap, who you think of, bro? That's the question. When you think of battle rap, like who you think of, that's the face. You know what I mean? That's like, you know what I mean?
So from there, URL, what does the URL need to do to regain their top spot?
Start booking the battles we want. That's it.
Listen to the people. Just listen to the people.
Gina, it's interesting you said that because I saw Jazz tweet. And she didn't add URL, but she said sometimes y'all just gotta listen to the fans, man.
Yeah, like you giving us.
I kind of read between the lines. I felt.
Who asked for Hansel versus Old Red? Who asked for that? We didn't.
I felt her frustration there.
Respectfully.
So I see Swamp saying, "Yo, I'm not on Summer Madness." I see Nitty and Ace trying to promote to get themselves on the card, which is dope. I love that. I love that. What's going on? I'm gonna say this. I think personally, behind the scenes, URL hands been tied. I think once they got with Caffeine, they had to relinquish some of their power. Because before they was able to just do whatever they wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
When they wanted to. I think when you got other, I guess, investors or business partners to come in, and you're probably waiting on their budget. You're probably waiting on their money.
Exactly.
I was saying, I ain't got no contract. I ain't gonna be writing last minute. Why ain't spending my money? And it's like I feel like if they had it to send, they would have just sent everybody their shit because they're normally on top of their business. They don't play no games when it comes to their business. But I think their hands have been tied because what I heard is somebody else came in, a new guy came into the cafe.
Yeah, a new financial CEO or something.
And they probably been restructuring shit. So once that person came in, they start looking at shit, saying, "Yo, we sending out all this money to all these battles, and we're not really seeing a return on this shit. Look, man, we got to settle that this shit down." So that's when you start seeing all the battlers lose their cash. So they cutting down on that. Less events. It's not no events going down with the caffeine. Like do an event. There's what was it? A $5 stream. Born Legacy 13. It's not nothing. It's not nothing major. So I think like URL, their hands are tied and they can't quite do what they want to do, and so they're only doing what they can do. That's where the problem. That's where the problem lies because the fans say, "Give us what we ask for." I always said this URL, like people are willing to pay for something that they want. That you can't, like I said, Gina can't go into a restaurant and the waiter comes to the table and says, "This is what you're eating tonight, and this is what we're charging you for it."
Right.
She's just supposed to deal with that. Like, okay. No, she said, "This is what I want to eat, and I'll pay you whatever you're charging for it."
But and also, a factor into that is if this is all you can present me, right? If you're transparent about that, I can stomach that a lot better than you just throwing shit at me like this. If you say, "Oh, the stove not working, so this all we could really do," but no, they want to, put everything and announce everything at the last minute. They're not transparent with the customers, which is crazy to me. But it's like if that's how they want to do business, then they have to deal with the criticism that comes along with it. And like I said on the last episode, nobody hates URL. We just want you to do right and act right. Like we know we're gonna tune in, we're gonna download the app, we're gonna watch the battles if you give us quality matchups. Now, the thing with it makes sense about the budget and whatnot because you can't do nothing if you don't got the money, right? And when Caffeine came in, they got a lot of money. So then the battlers are used to now getting a lot more than they used to. So then when the budget gets lower, now the battlers are like, "What, you expect me to battle? That was 2 years ago's price. We're not doing that anymore." So then they're stuck with booking these newcomers for $10 for every battle, and then we got to be stuck with them. So it's like, and not to say that new people are not good, but you can tell if it's a new person, you got to be seasoned enough. At least the top 6 people should be battling each other before they get to Danny Myers or JC or Rum Nitty, because then you can get a quality battle that people are going to like. So if like Cancel versus Foots would have happened and they really put on, that would have been fire instead of watching Souffleur Soul die against Danny Myers. It was cute for the live, but when they dropped the battle on the app, do I want to go back and watch that? So then people start complaining like Gnome Impact, the quality is not there. And I was in the building, I thought it was cute, but the people didn't like it. Born Legacy, the crowd, you could tell, was different. It wasn't that many people there. So it's like the participation is going to get lower and lower because you're feeding us nonsense just to say you gave us something. When really, I know URL is used to having a bunch of events, but what if they only did like 4 events this year or 3? Just minimize the amount of events because then you can save your money and then spend it on good quality battles instead of booking these kids every card.
Yes, instead of the microwave food, like, look,
come on,
we're able to dish this out every month. Y'all get a card every month, but it's like the quality suffers.
And then they get mad at you for commenting about it. It's like
the preparation is less for the battlers. The money is less.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And y'all are just getting stuff that y'all didn't ask for.
The battlers ain't even motivated.
Like, so it's art, but I will say there is a bright light at the end of this, because I spoke with Beasley, and Beasley said that they are basically, I don't know if they're getting with another. They got something big, right? They're getting with another. Maybe the caffeine thing is over, and they signed with somebody else, and it's a bigger and better situation. So they're just in a transition moment right now. That's what the way I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
Like, y'all in a transition period. I'll bear with you. I'll bear with you.
Yeah.
You don't want to jump ship now. And then they announce, like, we just signed with HBO, nigga, and everybody getting $1 million per battle from now on. It's like, you don't know what they, you know what I'm saying? At least give it a chance to see what their next move is before you just count them out. Because it's not about what's right now. It's about the comeback is gonna be epic, like they always say. And right now, RBE got it. Right now,
to your point, everybody has a bad year. Like RBE, they didn't have a max out for like how many years? Like when was the max out too? And they knew, they were like, all right, this is not a good year. We can't afford it. Right? So they didn't do it. But you know what the problem is with URL though, and what's happening right now, and why they feel so attacked by everybody like criticizing them so much, is because those years that URL was up, they were kicking other people while they were down, right? So if you're gonna do that, you gotta make sure you never fall and you never have a bad year. If you're gonna be that cocky, you know what I mean? So, and especially even the URL battlers, Mike P was one of them talking about people, and then look, now a year later you're complaining that URL not doing you right. So it's like, you better make sure if you pick a side and you publicly pick a side, make sure that they never do you wrong, because it's gonna look embarrassing for you when you start coming down. Like, and just because URL is having a quote unquote bad year doesn't mean that we need to get rid of them. Like, and I think some people are taking it like that. Like, they're seeing all the criticism and they're not utilizing it to do better. They're like, oh, y'all hate URL, y'all hate URL. It's like, no, we don't. We just want them to do better. Like, so we wouldn't be in this situation, you know.
You're right. I agree. And my man Jay Fire says that most of their biggest battles are behind them, not in front of them. There's nothing they can do about that. So are there any mega matches? And that's one of the problems. We need these mega matches to go down, because the more years you go by, the less interest people have in them. I remember the Mook versus Hollow, or Mook versus Serve, or Arsenal versus Mook, Daylight versus Lux. You know what I'm saying? Right. Versus Daylight, or Danny versus Lux, Ilmac versus such and such. Like, these battles should have happened. And then sometimes you can wait so long that when they do happen, the battle ain't all that.
Right.
Just like the Reed and Mook.
Yeah.
Man. If y'all had did that shit 2011, 2012, 2013, nigga, it would have been fire.
I think that was a volume battle, though. They shouldn't have put it on the stage.
They shouldn't have.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, finally, I agree
when they announced it. Niggas was like, what? You would have thought when you announced Mook Reed, everybody's gonna go crazy, but people was like, what the hell is this? I don't want this. And it wound up being the most horrible battle on that card. And yeah, nobody talks about that battle.
And for real, Danny, that Cassidy Freeway thing was nasty work. That was a bad.
But why did they do that though? Why did they try to do that though?
Why? Because they were trying to keep Cassidy away from RBE.
Yeah.
And look what happened now. Because I heard they spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on a battle that didn't happen.
Yeah, because they paid them. Them.
Right. No wonder Caffeine got that old financial dude out of there. They got him out of there after that.
That Caffeine dude was throwing
nigga came in there and looked at the books. The nigga did this. The nigga said, all right,
But
this is my first day of work at caffeine. Let's see what we've been doing.
It's the first 100 pages is money they paid and didn't book. No battles booked.
That nigga opened up the financial records and said, Cassidy versus Freeway, we spent $300,000.
Right.
Not happening.
Right.
They say, yo, hold on. Yeah, you get your things.
Go.
Yeah, get your people go out. Get the fuck out of here.
Right.
New sheriff in town. Shit been shook up. Shit been changing.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
See, look, hey, and that's the thing you got to think about, right? If URL, I mean, you see that RB has the ability to get Cassidy, and they'll, a Cassidy versus a Hitman. So, both of those tickets are pretty high. So they said, let's lock Cassidy down because that'll halt some momentum. Because regardless of how we feel about Cassidy's performance, he still is a big draw.
And it backfired. It backfired.
Yeah, I think it hurt him because the fans didn't want to see the battle.
That was a wrong move.
Mm-hmm.
But see, I think with URL, with the issue, a big issue with them, they have been trying to build stars, and they have had some guys, but they ended up not working out. Like Twerk was supposed to be a big guy, and he ended up falling off. But recently, they had Easy, then Slade, then Stumbles. But we saw Slade and Stumbles. What happened with those two guys? We also had Lou Castro. He was a guy that's supposed to be a main stage guy, but they moved him kind of fast, and then he got a bad name with the fans.
And the battle that he lost, he was supposed to lose. I'm not mad at Lou Castro for losing a run. You're not supposed to be Charlie Clifton
the fans.
DNS.
But you know how the fans are though. They call you lose Castro. Like the fans.
I get that. That's not really fair to him because the people he lost to are the best in the world.
And also, he wasn't performing badly.
I don't want to call him a rookie, but he was still new, learning how this shit worked. Like, you're not going to beat Romney, bro.
Yeah.
Niggas that been here 10 years can't beat Romney, bro. Like, you not. And then Charlie Clips on a big stage in Atlanta.
But I don't even think his performance against Charlie was bad.
No, he did great in both of them battles.
But
he only had one bad battle.
The only time I was mad at Lou Castro was getting 30 by drugs on that caffeine joint. It was like
on the Jerry West battle.
You didn't have to get 30 by drugs. I'm not saying drugs don't have the ability to beat people, but I'm saying you
didn't have to get 30 by drugs.
Yeah, like you got around or made this shit debatable, nigga. You're not supposed to get 30.
Yo, if you get 30 by drugs, it's a bad day.
But how much
that was a bad day.
It's a bad day, man.
Because he said he battled Funds at Chris Brown house and
Funds kicked
with
his
preparation.
Ass.
That was the only bad battle I remember. He was kind of stumbling and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, if you've seen, I don't know if you've seen Lou Castro and Jerry West, that was really bad. He choked every round.
A losing streak is a losing streak.
Oh, by the way, Lou Castro was drugs. Danny was there.
Mikey the man.
Danny was there. Lou Castro.
Danny at every battle.
Lou Castro
versus drugs. You were there, Danny. You were there.
Yeah, I was there. I battled.
That's the running joke. Danny is at every.
I battled Rock that day.
Yeah, you better rock that day.
Yeah. So Danny had all the
that's a running joke. Danny was there.
No, he's there. Like, I don't know
if you. Man, I'm gonna be at GTX. I'm gonna be at the Geeks and Coffee shit. I might be on the card. Like I said,
Danny, are you the most book battler on caffeine?
Yes.
Are you number one?
Yeah, I got the most battles on caffeine. Period. I got 37 on there. I think Nitty got 33.
37 on caffeine.
Yeah, I got 37 on there.
That's crazy.
That's wild. You battled 37 times on that motherfucker?
Both battles on caffeine.
So wait, when did the caffeine URL connection start? Wasn't that 2020?
Around that time, yeah.
So 37 battles on caffeine in 2.5 years.
Yeah.
How many battles you got total, Danny? How many you got total?
I don't know, dog. We closing in on 200 on YouTube. Now we talk about lifetime. I got more than Cassidy. Cassidy will tell you he 5,003 or some shit.
Yeah, he
like,
said he 5,000 and
no,
oh.
nigga, shut
He
up.
said 5,000 and oh.
No, I'm just.
He ain't never lost a battle.
I fuck with Cassidy, dog. I fuck
No
with Cassidy,
battle
dog.
rapper has battled 1,000 times. I can tell you that for a fact. Like,
You said what? Cassidy
no
won?
battle rapper has
Cassidy
ever
like
battled 1,000 times, lifetime.
Cassidy
You don't
be
know,
like,
Danny.
Like a 1 rounder or 2 rounds, and somebody spit once, and they be like, "Nah, I'm alright." Like that's a battle.
Back in the day, when you was battling on the block, you
might
can't have battles.
No, there's videos of Danny battling. There's videos right now, Danny battling on the block like back in like 04, 05. People with flip phones. That's a fact. I watched the
Danny Mize versus Hayes and
yeah.
Danny Mize versus B Sim. Check those out. I'm on the street corner. I'm at my man house.
And you whoop
battling
his
him.
ass too.
That's
you
all
whooped his
you
ass
do.
too, Danny. You whooped dude's ass too.
I whooped their ass, man.
You whooped their ass, yo. Back in like 04, 05.
Danny got more battles than Battle 2 got blogs.
I'm talking, look, you know it was old because it was like the grainy footage when you watch it on the all VHS.
They got like
footage.
3 pixels.
They got them battles on YouTube.
So what was going on? Like, what are we as far as URL? Like I said, I feel like they're in a transition period, but they are going to bounce back like they always do. Every league does. You know, like Gina said, she had a great point. Every league probably had a down year. King of the Dot had some years where they just didn't do no events or their events really wasn't cracking like that. RBE too and URL, everybody get their turn. So right now, RBE, this is their year, but the year isn't over. I do know that URL is playing in a big event right after Summer Madness, and then of course they have volume, so they could end the year off pretty good. I'm pretty sure.
They need to announce the card, man. They need to let us know what's going on the card.
Come on. I gotta put my video in. I gotta book a flight, hotel. They need to tell us.
You have announced Summer Madness, the date and the city, but not no battle.
Right, with 6 weeks, a month and a half to go.
We're hearing
nothing.
Right? We hear a rumor of Rock versus Av. We hear a John and T-Top.
I don't want to see that shit, man.
It should be you and T-Top, to be honest, Danny.
Yeah, it should be. Yeah.
It should be you and T-Top.
Jerry West's DNA. What else? Those are 3 that we heard, right?
Rum and Ace. Rum and Ace
trying to campaign their way onto the card. As of today, they're not booked on it.
What about you and Snake Eyes, bro? You and Snake Eyes the surprise, my nigga? Or what?
Nah.
Snake Eyes need
I don't like how Snake Eyes is talking.
Danny into a battle. Don't do it.
I wouldn't take Snake Eyes on those Summer Madness.
Yeah, that's the bait. That's how he get his
Snake
battle.
Retired, right?
Yeah, man. Fuck all that shit.
And respectfully, all those battles that you named is not enough for me to buy a ticket. Respectfully.
Thank you.
That's crazy. That's crazy right there.
But
maybe
it sounds good. Like, okay, I might buy a pay-per-view, but
I've been waiting for the Rock and Av battle because remember they were supposed to battle on the EFB versus Gun Titles card, and that didn't happen. So I'd be happy to watch that.
Jay Fire is killing these niggas today. This nigga said Summer Madness.
Oh my god.
Oh, you gonna get a bar guy for that?
Oh my god.
Summer Madness.
Oh my god.
Oh man, God, this nigga said
that hurt me a little bit.
That did.
That's the problem though.
Hey,
the problem, the URL, they have the problem with URL, man. They got to fix their relationships with battlers, with certain battlers, and maybe fix some of the business practices. Like if they could figure out Hitman and Geechee, that should have happened. That should still be a battle.
They can't afford that right now. They can't.
They can. They'll find the money.
They can't pay Hitman $150,000 right now. Come on.
I said they got the money, dog. I don't want to hear that shit.
They got the money, and if they don't, they would find it. But the problem is the relationships, like he's saying. Like they have a lot of disgruntled people.
This is the thing about URL. When Gina said that every battle league has down years, nobody has the funding or backing that URL has had over the last at least 5 years since the app came in.
Okay.
Nobody has had that budget that they have. So they shouldn't really have down years. Like, because we doing business, we should, whatever kind of relationships we have, we don't like hitman, whatever, we doing business. Easy, okay, you want out of the contract, cool. Let's still figure out a way to do business to make our business work. Because that Easy and Geechee, that's a big battle that they should have. Easy and Rock is still a big battle. So they should have main events to get them to, until they could take a star like Souffleur. They had them battle 3 times in like a month and a half, 2 months. Right. And then he probably battled small battlers. Also, in between that, OSBL, then battle Danny last. And now you get a subpar performance, so you hurting your future stars. Same thing with Lou. Same thing with Stumbles and then Slade. That was like a different type of situation. But you got guys that you building up, and you trying to push them too fast. They need, like, if you look at Easy was battling like once every 3 months. Like, he's taking long periods off, so they were able to build him, and he didn't have choking issues. He knew who was battling for months. So they got to go back to that with the new guys. Figure out these relationships. K-Shine, people still want to see him and Twerk, and they'll figure out somebody else for him to battle. Like, they could just figure out these relationships and just do the business. And
speaking of relationships,
they would you know.
Easy just said on his blog today that he's not taking less than 60 or 70,000 to go back to URL. He just said that today.
Pay him.
They're not gonna do that. Nah, they're not gonna do that.
They ain't gonna give him no money now.
Their pride is too. URL has too much pride.
Yeah, they have, and that's their problem. They let their ego take too much, and that's why you had Slim Hendrix comment up, and I have to disagree because he says they want URL to move at a fan's pace, and that's not true. You know how many other leagues don't even have that many events a year, and people still tune in? URL set up their own schedule. They the ones who made 7 events every year. They doing events every other month. They did that. And they created the expectation of having all these battles. And the whole like kicking them when they're down, URL kicks people when they're down. Remember the year that RBE last year didn't have a max out, or the year before? All the URL battlers, RBE so broke, y'all can't afford, y'all doing this and this, you doing they were doing like 1-rounders or something, like they were doing smaller cards. You know what I mean? Yeah, the straight to it cards. So it's like they're reaping what they sowed. The same thing that they criticize other leagues for happening to them is happening to them now, and they can't take it. They're crashing out on Twitter. I never thought I would see the day. Like, it's crazy to me.
Yikes.
Look, URL turned around the outside card was just like a straight to it.
Yep.
Around.
Yeah.
1,000.
Or app cards, app only cards.
App only event. People don't like them app only events, even though I do think on paper some of those matchups are actually dope. Like, just I don't know. It's the final product don't really be living up to what anticipated. Again,
the battlers don't have the motivation. Oh, you pay me to do 1 round, and it's only on the app, so it's probably like $5. I'm gonna write this on the way here. Like,
I think the app
on the way here.
They don't even care. Like, they're just like, all right, whatever. Let me do it.
Like
the app itself. The irony is the app itself might be slowly killing URL.
Hold on.
If you really look,
I think you got
the app itself. That's the parallel. That's the parallel universe.
This nigga said the one thing that they got and they're using is the same thing that's because you know what? People, let me tell you something. A lot of fun has been taken out of the battles post battle, right? Because the battle itself is first of all, there's 3 stages. There's the pre-game talk, which is they announce the battle. Now all the fans are excited, they're doing predictions. Then there's the actual battle, and then there's the post-battle where people are debating on who won, and that was the YouTube streets. That was them comments.
Yeah.
Go back and forth and argue with comments. the caffeine, or not the caffeine, the YouTube URL, the URL app comments section is not the same level as the
Not the
YouTube
same.
because for one, it's limited because the people, not everybody got the fucking URL app. Let's start there. Everybody got YouTube. Your 2-year-old that got a tablet.
The audience will never be
YouTube,
equal.
right?
The YouTube app audience is too vast.
When we go to these battles on the app, we have to actually watch the battle to see the comment because it does like the live comment thing. But you can't click on comments and just scroll through and read them like you could
all at once.
All at once, and that's something they probably should update if they're going to keep doing this app thing. But I'm pretty sure they are going to keep doing it. But they should update that where you can actually see all the comments at once. And like I said, that takes the fun out of the battles because you used to be able to read comments, laugh at certain ones. You might reply to one, or such and such got 30. No, he didn't, nigga. What you talking about? What battle?
It should be more it should be more interaction on the app.
There is no
interaction.
And actual good battles,
You just watch
the post battle fun has been taken out of the URL battles, and that's hurting it. That's hurting these battles.
Yeah, and a lot of their, a lot of the stars that they're trying to build, a lot of the stars they're trying to build on there, don't nobody know them outside of the app. It's like, at least, like, if you're gonna put it on the app, then maybe like after 6 months, put it on YouTube so they could get a bigger audience. Like, you think any of these 4 or the 6 people are gonna end up on a twerk level where, like, he got Drake saying, twerk is my favorite battle rapper, like KD is DMing him? They don't know them outside this app, so it's like, yeah, they might become big, but they're gonna be big on URL on the app. Like, it's, if you want to talk about stardom, it can't be built on an app that has a certain number of subscribers, and who knows the statistics on the subscribers who actually click on and watch those new battles.
That's true.
That's why it's kind of like
all y'all before we get out of here. First of all, thank all y'all for even spending y'all time with the bar guy. I appreciate y'all. Slim Hendrix, first of all, let me see what my man says. Shout out to Slim Hendrix. He says everyone was spoiled by caffeine deal during the world is over.
And everyone he's talking about is URL, because URL got very spoiled because they had all the money, and the battlers got very spoiled. So now that the world is open and everybody got money and they could go to RBE and go to this league and go to this league, they're not, forced to be on one league. Now they
forced with you.
Yeah,
they was doing so many battles so quick. I mean, every week, every 2 weeks, they was doing events, and now all the battle rappers is battling each other now. Them 2 years, everybody
they had a lot of cards.
Let me ask y'all this:
15 or 20 cards a year. And that doesn't even count the app battles.
Right.
I 100% expect, and I haven't talked to URL about this, but I expect like some type of new schedule or new announcement around December, January from URL in terms of the output of events. They might say, this is our schedule for 2024. We're doing this, and that. And that's it. Don't expect nothing. But then if you do it like that, the app doesn't live no more. That caffeine shit, caffeine deal would pretty much be over. And then as far as the URL app, they cannot keep the app if you only do 4 events because no one's paying for $8 a month, and there's no battles in between 3 months.
You gotta keep feeding that machine.
Like that. So they need this high output of events so they can continuously feed the app.
And that's in their promotional tagline for the app. I don't know if you've seen it. It literally says, sign up for the URL app, new battles every week.
New battles every week.
What?
And the only way you can get new battles every week is if you constantly throwing events.
Hey, Danny, have you heard anything? I keep hearing that URL has a trick up their sleeve. They got their anniversary card is coming up. And I keep hearing that's gonna be. I heard that's gonna be better than something like that's gonna be fire.
Yeah. I've been hearing that as well. So
Okay,
and I'm pretty sure I'll be on the card.
Okay.
Love it. Get me and Lux on there.
Yeah.
Listen. No eases, no handfuls, none of that, Danny. We're not doing that. Right?
Yeah, man.
We're not doing no handfuls.
No more favors.
Please, somebody like. Yo.
Going into a deal with a phone developer can make the app standard in devices or free in their app stores. See, like I said, Double V, I believe that they are in the middle of joining something else. There's something new coming. So
right.
There's something.
They need to get like Spotify. They need to have a free version and have ads like commercials in between. Like if they had a free version, you know how many people would subscribe? Even if I could watch a commercial. Like, come on.
There's commercials in between the battles. Just like YouTube. Because that's how they do it.
Exactly.
YouTube, you'll be watching a battle and then a commercial pop up in the middle. You just skip ad and keep watching the battle. Nobody complained. It was free. So they get some type of deal with Apple Music or Spotify. I'm pretty sure something of that nature is on the way. I'm not really, because the caffeine shit, I don't know, man. I don't know. It just, the relationship.
They're about to get caffeine out of there. They're about to get caffeine out of this. Is going to be the last year of caffeine. I mean, the writing's on the wall.
Also,
right? It doesn't take a rock.
The writing's on the wall. Shout out to
They getting caffeine. They getting caffeine out of there. Is caffeine getting URL out of there?
Probably both. Well, I mean, either or. I don't care. Like, some got to change.
That's a good point.
Can I ask you this?
You can look at it from both ways.
Can or will caffeine start their own battle league independent of URL? So let's say URL caffeine.
I don't think so.
Joint venture ends. Caffeine, because they learned. Listen, they learned the game.
Wait, say it again.
You said can they
or should caffeine do their own battle league without URL? Like they just start their own shit. Like they say, okay, we've been in this game 3 years. We learned the game. We learned all the MCs. We got their contacts. We got the money.
You know why, Danny? Because
we're gonna throw our own card. Caffeine presents the new takeover or whatever.
You're shaking the table, Danny.
I don't think they would do that, Danny, because honestly, if they was going to do that, then it would just be better off and more lucrative to keep URL because URL already has the infrastructure. They're not going to now spend all the money to develop a new infrastructure for them to do their own thing when URL already has theirs built in.
But they got the caffeine app.
The relationship is souring and listen, you know how many people got caffeine just because of battle rap
is bringing them any money. I don't think battle rap is bringing them any
money. And that's the real team.
That's what it is. I think
they're not getting a return on their investment.
Exactly.
They're probably not getting that because of the joint venture they have with URL. But if we do our own shit, we're gonna.
I think they're gonna pivot
of the benefits, and we know how to do it now. We know how to film it. We know how to market it. I'm not gonna put that past caffeine. I'm not gonna put it past them because you gotta think about how
that
many
would be
people
crazy
for that app
to cut the middleman out.
You got caffeine on your phone because URL joined caffeine.
To watch battles. Yep.
You didn't get caffeine because you was watching the gamer stream, the dance battles and all that.
That would be crazy.
I'm not putting that past caffeine.
But then who would they get battle?
He said caffeine battle against Thanos.
Yeah, I don't think they'll do it though.
Because first of all, caffeine got the funds.
I'm not saying they are. I'm saying they could.
They got the funds, and they don't need to pay URL to get the battles.
I think they're going to pivot away from battle rap. I think they're going to do other things, you're going to see a lot more like.
They trying to be Twitch. It's a lot of video game playing on there.
There's going to be a lot of gamers and stuff like that.
That's possible.
Go that route.
I feel like battle rap isn't a lane that they would just want to completely close the door on, considering how many new subscribers they got based on the battle rap scene. So
yeah,
it's
but they
like,
wasn't making no money. It's all about the money, though. They
so
wasn't
nothing making no money.
I don't think battle rap, them props wasn't making them no money, Danny. I mean, it was a stupid business model to begin with. To think you was gonna pay these battle rappers $100,000 and you was gonna get your money back. You gonna get your money back from props. That was the dumbest idea.
Right.
I don't know who thought about that.
I haven't bought a prop in my life.
Danny, I did the math, Danny.
Listen,
a battle rapper event would have to be like 16 hours to make enough money in props just to break even.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're not gonna get enough props in the 4 or 5 hour battle rap event to make up for the loss.
You should be hired.
But it was stupid. It was stupid.
Well, the thing is, I don't think they were trying to make money the first couple of years. It was to build the platform because they were trying to compete with Twitch. And Twitch has advertisements throughout a live stream. So they wanted to do it with no advertisements and then build the platform up to where they get companies to buy ad space and promote through them like that. That was the way they were trying to make the money and remove ads. They wanted to be a streaming platform with no ads. So that's why, but they went to battle rap.
That's
it
true.
Just
they should have stuck with the video games.
It was a bad mob. And caffeine don't even tell the truth about their numbers anyway. Their numbers are fake, so you can't even go by their numbers. Like, they be capping on their numbers. Their numbers fake. About 3 million people watched Summer Madness. No, they didn't.
What?
But then when it comes time to vote for who won, Tay Rock or Swamp, and it's 500 votes.
Yeah, right. They say 2 million people watched Summer Madness, but only 1,500 people voted on the votes.
Looking at them numbers,
I say y'all not even hiding it well. Y'all not hiding.
Ain't that what they say? The math ain't mathing.
The math was not
Yo, so
stupid,
what?
Man.
I'm gonna ask each one of y'all, and then we out of here.
All right.
I'm gonna start with G-Roll. G-Roll, what should URL's future be? What should they do?
I think they have to try to mend some relationships with some of the battlers that they had the big falling outs with that will attract fans to come back to the platform and do these big events. So I think they should mend some relationships so they can do some of those big battles and not try to block battles as much and not be so strict with trying to make guys sign contracts. Just your URL, you're the big platform. Do a business deal with whoever, do 1 or 2 battle deal, get the battle out of them, make the money off of them, and then let them go do what they do and just continue like that. And I think they'll be okay. And one last thing, if they can, the live streaming experience for battle rap is huge. So that's why Caffeine was so big, because it was exciting. We can go watch it live and then talk about it afterwards. So they need to have that, especially if they can keep it free. I think that'll if they can get something where they can do it free and still get somebody to invest in them, I think they'll be fine.
All right, Gina, that's a good take. I'm gonna send all these suggestions to
So I'm gonna say it's two things they could do. Listen to the fans, right? Get out their feelings and listen to the fans. And again, I agree with him. They have to mend their relationships with these battle rappers, or have more ethical contracts, like so that these people are not disgruntled as badly as they are. Because when all of that comes one after the other, it just makes them look like they're not really for the culture like they say they are. So I think once you rebuild the trust and you give us the battles that we want, y'all be fine. We're gonna be here.
Andre, what do you think?
Those are all eloquent. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. I'm gonna keep it real. Like Smack need to retire.
Oh no!
We can call it what it is.
Take him off. Take him off.
Retire, Smack.
Hold
on. Now, I'm not saying. Hold on. I'm not saying you are real. Stop. I'm just saying, Smack.
Start
Smack
over.
is tired.
That's what
Smack
you
is tired,
say.
man. He's over it. He's tired. He needs to, for real. Like, he needs to retire. Give it over
Oh,
to someone who's
snap.
gonna take the company in a better direction. Smack is up there drunk half the time. He don't know half the battlers' names. He don't, they're not listening to the
Maybe.
fans. They not. He's tired. He's just tired.
You know
He's been
what?
up there
You got a
for
point
12 years.
to a
Maybe
point.
you got a point. Because listen, Smack
Okay, you know
said-
what you need to do? Go back to some of these battles, even the recent ones, and just look at Smack. Smack not even listening to what
He's
these
not
people are
listening.
saying,
He's just
and he's
there.
standing right in the middle. And I'm like,
I don't
they're
care.
saying the most fire shit in the world, like Cassidy said.
I don't care. And he don't even get the bars half the time. He got to act. He got to look to Danny and
He be
ask
looking
Danny
like this.
No, he be looking like Danny and asking Danny what that meant while they on stage. That's a fact. And my thing is like for real, Smack is like he need to just give it to somebody else that can take the culture forward. I think, like I said, I think he's tired. I think he's over. We see with the recent tweets and all of that. Like, seems like he's over it. Like, so if you're over it, I get it, Smack. You've done your job. We appreciate that.
Smack, you've done enough.
In the Hall of Fame. You're in the Hall of Fame battle rap. Retire. You don't have to a battle doesn't make a battle for me if Smack is in the middle. I don't give a fuck about that.
That's a fact.
I'm listening to the bars. I don't care if Smack is there.
That's true.
It doesn't make the battle better or worse because Smack is there. That don't mean shit. I don't care about any league.
I do like a Smack reaction though when he paying attention. It'd be nice.
Okay, that's fine. But does that diminish the battle?
Right, you're right.
It don't diminish.
Back to my last one when it was like, who would take Smack's place?
A lot of people were saying that he was setting it up for Tay-Rock to eventually run URL.
I
don't know if that's true,
but I also looked at it like Tay-Rock is a liability in terms of being able to control his emotions.
Yeah.
Imagine somebody spitting one of them Smack rounds.
That is a fact.
Right.
And let's be honest, Tay-Rock can't even keep gun titles together. So the cave. Right.
Well,
the cave.
Well, let me say this though.
Shit.
When you talking about Smack retiring, we talking about somebody hosting because Smack don't handle the business. Beasley ain't going nowhere, and I don't know about Chico. I see people saying Chico leaves.
DNA.
Well, respectfully, I can't say what Smack handles and what he doesn't. I'm not in the offices, so I can't speak to that.
Right.
But he is the owner, and he's the. But
he's one of the.
Give it to DNA.
I'm not talking about on camera. I'm talking about in the office, behind the scenes. I don't know what he handles and what he doesn't, so I can't really speak to that. I do know he does have final say, pretty much, right? So he needs to get somebody else who's going to be more hands-on. Even if he doesn't handle a lot, he needs to get somebody there who's more hands-on, who listens to people, listens to the culture and what we want. You know what I'm saying? Because he's tired. It's obvious he's tired. And you can't. Hold up.
Yo, Herb, dog.
You can't say he's tweeting King Sean saying, either do a battle or run my money back. So you can't say he's not handling no business if he's telling King Sean, run me back my money.
First of all,
let me so he's obviously involved in the business in some capacity.
Let me speak on that briefly. Was selling to Direct? Oh man! All right. So shout out to Direct though. Was that K Shine and Smack thing real, or was that like a diversion so you can announce K Shine on Summer Madness?
Nah, that's crazy. Nah,
Danny,
come on.
If
Are
that's
you really gonna
true,
do all of that? That's crazy.
He called him a bitch though. He said, "What money, bitch?"
Yeah, I didn't like that word. Like, and so if that was like WWE, we finna sell this, like we really beefing, and it's like words like hoe and bitch.
Yes.
That's not the right way to
Yeah,
do that.
yeah. Once you start hoeing and bitching and SMD
Yeah,
and
that's
all of
not the
that,
right way to
yeah,
do that.
that's not promotion no more.
But also the way Smack
That's
even came at him in the first place. I ain't like that either. Talk about free K Sean until it's free. That's being petty until it's backward or something.
But this made me say, is this because it was unbelievable. So
Right.
I talk about literally unbelievable to the point. Is this even real? Like, I can't believe what I'm seeing. These
a lot of people thought it was fake. A lot of people
Remember,
thought
I said it on the
was
other
a-
episode because it was the threads. It was the threads
No,
first,
they thought
and I
Smack
thought
got
that was
hacked.
fake.
They thought Smack got hacked. I thought he got hacked for a second.
Because he
Smack
would
never talk
never.
about this. Yeah, he never talked about that type of thing.
It was never hacked. Because if it was hacked, Smack himself would have done a video and said, "Look, man, I don't know what y'all was seeing, but that wasn't me. I just know that my shit was hacked." He never did that. So that means that was.
And Nunu tweeted, and she said, "That's him. That's really him."
But I'm like, but it didn't make sense though because
it was prep tweeting.
It was prep.
Prep tweeting.
That was good.
It didn't make sense to me though because I'm like, why Smack talking about we need to hold people accountable and hold the media accountable? Well, Smack, you need to hold yourself accountable. You need to look in the mirror first, homie, of what you've done. You know, so it was kind of the pot calling the kettle black a little bit.
So are we saying that K-Shine and Smack back and forth was real?
Yes.
I think it was real.
It was real. It was 100% real. 100% real.
I thought it was fake at first.
And it leads me to believe it was real because, like I said, even if you're gonna do like a fake, let's act like we beefing, and then we're gonna announce K-Shine versus
what money, bitch? That sold it.
Let's do K-Shine versus Twerk as the first for Madness. We're gonna throw everybody off like we beefing, but when you use words like hoe and bitch,
yeah. If that's what you got to do now these days to promote a battle, like battle rap is man, battle rap is downhill if you got
literally. I could go back one live ago, and where I said people have come at P, people have come at Beasley. I never seen nobody like really mad at Smack or hate
because he keeps himself detached from all of that. He separates himself.
Been in all the hoods. He came from the hood. He came from the street corner. Like he's blocked.
And K-Shine was there.
He never got touched. Nobody ever tried Smack. Smack be wearing all his jewels. Never got touched, tried, played with none of that because the culture loves this man so much. So I've never heard nobody say nothing bad about Smack ever.
Right.
In my whole 10, 11 years working with URL. Not behind the scene conversation. In one of the, hey man, that nigga Smack, fuck that nigga, man. Hey, that nigga big, bro. Like I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. I don't fuck with that nigga. I never had that conversation with nobody. I'm being honest right now. So for me to see,
that's because they don't have his numbers.
they don't got Smack number.
They don't got Smack number. You can't say that if you ain't never talked to him.
in a private conversation. You know,
somebody said Danny Myers probably doesn't have a Smack number. Who said that? Somebody said that.
But for me to see words like hoe and bitch, I've never in the history of battle rap seen those words being used towards that man.
Right.
I've seen P get cussed out. I've seen niggas get mad at Beasley and want to fight and all kind of shit. I've seen all that, but never that. So this is why I'm like, yo, what?
Oh, people hate P. They be killing P. They hate P. A lot of people hate P. They be killing your boy. They be killing your boy, Danny. Let
me say this. P is what, like 6'3", 6'4". P's about 6'4".
Yeah,
250 pounds. Military man in life. Y'all don't really want to. Y'all say what you want to do to P and this and that and the third, but I still ain't seen him get touched.
Right.
Him and Angry Fan on this one.
I seen Beasley push one side of the crowd with this arm. This man separated the fucking C with two arms. It's 50 niggas on this side and 50 niggas on the and Beasley is really that. Like
I heard, does he do martial arts?
Fucking ox. He's not no Beasley. I'll tell you that right now. Don't do it. Not saying he's unbeatable, but
I think he do that MMA.
No, I think
yeah,
he's a black belt. I heard. I think he's a black belt. I heard.
Don't fuck with beef.
Damn.
Don't fuck with
Cali.
beef. Y'all can talk. Niggas be acting like P like is 5'2". Like this is a
he a big boy.
They just on the internet though. They just talking on the internet, man.
They don't be outside for real. That's a fact.
That nigga P big as hell, man.
I saw K Shine say, "Or Shine is free." What did that mean?
He clarified. He clarified it too under that, and he was like, "I've always been free, but I was being loyal, and I'm done being that, whatever."
I think K Shine tweeted that he was free. That he's free.
What?
Yeah.
That's all he said.
That mean?
Yeah, he tweeted that, but
I think he's saying contractually he's free. That's what I took it.
I don't think so. I think he's still under contract, but he's basically saying
right? It's about perspective.
Right. I think what it is that he was doing it off the string, and he's like, I want y'all to sue me then, because I'm not about to do the battle.
Shit.
Yo, a contract ain't perspective. A contract is a contract.
He don't care. He don't care.
Right. Well, I'm talking
he's basically telling you URL to sue me.
And what do you all
got around for smack? No, I don't, man. I ain't got no smack round.
He's telling URL, I dare you to sue me. And to be honest, if he has a contract that says he owes them one more battle, and they take him to court, I feel like that will look worse on URL. If they take K-Shine to court and sue him, it will look worse, and they might as well just let him go. They might as well.
Here's the problem, though. They've already got 2 or 3 of the lawsuits out there already.
Exactly. So
they're really.
And people already look at them crazy for even suing RBE. They look at them crazy for that when that happened. So
that was K-Shine battle right there.
That means what?
K-Shine battle. Daylight K-Shine.
Yeah, it was Daylight K-Shine, and Daylight is in that lawsuit.
Right.
That means did K-Shine agree to finally just do the battle that he owes them, or did he just say we worked it out and they let me go? Was it a free the locks from P. Diddy situation and you let go? We don't know. It was just a vague tweet. I didn't necessarily know what that meant. I still don't know. I didn't call K-Shine and ask him. It's not my business. But I do want to know. If I thought he wanted to tell people, he would have just said.
Well, no. On the next episode of Days of Our Lives in Battle Rap.
I do feel like URL is in a rebuilding situation right now. I do feel like champion of the year. Plus, Danny has smack number. I got both of smack numbers.
Oh,
yeah, both.
Go ahead.
Look, it's a good chance you don't have the right one.
I had Smack 702 number when he had a Vegas number. He don't even got that number. He got the 718 number. I got that. I got all Smack numbers. Smack FaceTime.
If you got
FaceTime me and let me watch battles. Like,
Danny's like, I don't know about y'all, but I got this battle.
I was like, damn, I was out there.
You ain't share it with Nana? That's crazy.
I mean, that's not for him to share another man's number.
He could have anonymously did it. Like, you ain't get this from me.
And then Smack would have said, who gave you my number?
Who gave you? You know, Nana would have said Danny. Danny gave you.
Yeah, do you want me to get your phone number and then put it on my Twitter? Nobody calls me.
Hey, none of would have been like, yo, you know what it is, Smack? It's Hunger Games, baby. It's Hunger Games.
Oh, snap. That's crazy.
Smack in the car like, yo.
He said, I got both them numbers. Okay, Danny, talk.
You got 2 different numbers.
He got the cell and he got the home number. He got his home phone.
So if you got 2 different numbers for him, it's a good chance you won't have the right one. He probably, if the nigga switching numbers like that, Smack been on 5 different numbers since.
Well,
then,
I mean, you would imagine a person like Smack probably has 2 cell phones. I mean,
Right.
you know,
A
he probably has a personal
and
business. I mean,
when I first came to URL,
he got 2
he
cell
had a
phones.
Las Vegas number, and I was shocked because I was living in Las Vegas at that time, so I was shocked. I'm
Oh,
like,
where?
you got a 702 number? I thought you was from New York. What you doing with a Vegas number? He's like, I just got my phone.
Oh
out
yeah,
here.
Danny used to rap Vegas back in the day.
Smack.
See, I never rep Vegas, man. I rep A-Hat because
go back to that Danny versus Rum Nitty battle of 15 years ago. They said Danny coming from Vegas.
Yeah, I was mad too. I was mad. Like, what? Nigga, I'm from LA. Nigga, don't make me no Vegas, nigga.
Look, and Danny, some people still, when they battle you, still mention that you ain't from LA, you from Vegas. So
Crazy.
still say that. Still say that today.
Now, I can say my kids, not all of them, but some of my kids were born in Vegas. They from Vegas.
Wait, is Vicky from Vegas?
No, she from Convos.
Danny got kids in every area code. Shout out to him.
Not quite yet. Still got I gotta hit the Dominican Republic.
Oh
snap, Danny! Enough is enough.
Who gave you my number, son? Yo, it was Danny Myers. Hey, yo, Danny, you ain't on Summer Madness no more, son. You want to go? Canceling that contract, son. No, I was just talking to Lux yesterday.
He kept the fire.
I'm canceling that, son.
Bro.
That's funny, man. Man, salute to y'all, man. I salute to y'all.
Yo, this was
fun.
fun.
Try to add some announcements for y'all pretty soon. You know, as far as battles and what I got coming up. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of stuff that I do got in the works, but a lot of stuff's on the way, and y'all gonna be surprised and happy. So just salute to all y'all. Danny kids versus D.I. the Henny Man kids. D.I. got 11. So
that's a basketball team.
I'm shit. Me and D.I. had 21 kids to combine.
That is a public health crisis. No more. No more, Danny. It is too many people on the earth. Please, respectfully.
It's like Coty, man. Nothing wrong with some Coty, man.
Oh, no. 21 kids, salute. Danny versus Nick Cannon is crazy.
Danny versus Nick Cannon? Oh, shit.
Oh, that's funny.
That's funny. I think Nick Cannon, I think he had 12 or some shit, man.
Oh, wait.
The crazy part, man, God said, multiply, be fruitful, right? And then when you do that, you wrong. I'm doing God's work.
Oh, so that's the part you want to listen to.
Right.
That's the part of the Bible that he listened to. Oh, okay then.
Just make kids, right? Yeah, Danny's like, I like that part.
Yeah. Skip all this. Where's the line about
thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not
honor thy mother.
Skip all this.
Right.
Give me the sex part. Everybody, the whole panel, salute all the way out there in South Africa. Salute to all y'all out here, man.
Hey, Jimbo, stop talking crazy, man. Stop talking crazy.
What I say, bro?
Bye, y'all.